Real by now. We got to let the stream breathe for just a second here and make sure that everything is nice and stable all across the YouTube platform. Welcome in, Broncos country. This is one of the most anticipated matchups of the entire season as the Denver Broncos are set to take on the New Orleans Saints tonight. Thursday Night Football, Sean Payton's return to New Orleans. He's walking out onto the field right now, shaking the hands of couple people on the Saints coaching staff. You got Mike Westhoff there as well, another former New Orleans Saint returning to town. There are a total of 7 players on this Denver Broncos roster who are making their return to New Orleans, and 11 members of the coaching staff who have ties to the New Orleans Saints as well. So there are a lot of bragging rights that are on the line for this game. This is one that Sean Payton has had circled ever since the schedule came out. Pretty much ever since he took over as head coach for the Broncos, you knew ahead of time that in 2024, you were going to return to New Orleans. That was a game that Sean Payton said it was going to trigger some emotions for him, and it did trigger those emotions for him. We just saw a pregame interview that he did with Carissa Thompson yesterday, where he definitely was emotional in that interview, talking about some of the players that he coached in New Orleans previously that are still there that he's going to get to see after the game. That definitely struck an emotional chord with Sean Payton. Additionally, we saw footage of him about 5 hours before the game walking out onto the field and, again, kind of letting some of those emotions fly early, because once it comes down to game time, you don't really want to let those emotions fly. You really want to be able to kind of condense them down and be able to just compartmentalize it and be able to focus on just the game. We got David Yunkin in the house saying, I hope Denver wins, but our offense is not good at all. I wouldn't say they're not good. They just have the propensity to shoot themselves in the foot. They had several explosive plays in the Chargers game that got called back because of penalties. You think about also the 2 turnovers that they had early on. You can't shoot yourself in the foot early with penalties and turnovers. And when you think about this matchup on the defensive side of the ball, man, it's going to be really hard for this Saints offense to get much going with a rookie quarterback behind a patchwork offensive line with a makeshift receiving core that has a really good defense on the other side of the ball that's been able to shut down opposing offenses. And once they kind of were able to digest that Pat Surtain injury a little bit more in the second half of the game against the Chargers, we saw them operate a little bit more like the Denver Broncos defense we're used to seeing. With Pat Surtain out in this one, it's definitely not going to be the same dynamic Denver Broncos defense that we're used to seeing, but I still feel confident enough in their abilities to shut down what this Saints offense is going to try to do. We got DB94 in the house saying we need to start strong on offense, and definitely, and just like I said earlier, it's going to all be about not shooting yourself in the foot and taking care of the ball early. If you can do that, then you should be able to control the entire game offensively. If you get the ball first, I'm hoping they do what they did against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which is get off to that quick start, obviously go no huddle, take the lead early, and not relinquish it. That's going to be the ultimate goal and hope, is that they take the lead in this game and they don't relinquish it. I've not watched any football since the Raiders game because of the hurricane. Okay, so honestly, I feel like the Chargers game wasn't quite as bad as it looked on the stat sheet, but it definitely had its issues for sure. There were a lot of areas where this Denver Broncos team needs to improve. They need to get better. They need to showcase that growth. And it's going to all start off again with just not shooting yourself in the foot early with penalties. All right, guys. Here we go. I'm nervous about this one, man. I definitely have those sparks flying right now. I definitely kind of have some butterflies in my stomach because, again, this is a game that's really going to define a good chunk of the Denver Broncos season. The rest of this season is all going to depend on how the Denver Broncos look in this game. Looking at the Saints' current starting offensive line, Talise Fuaga is their starting left tackle. You've got Trevor Penning as your starting right tackle. You've got Connor McGovern, actually the former center for the Broncos, in there as your starting center. So this Saints offensive line, Landon Young at left guard, Lucas Patrick at right guard. Very different than the Saints offensive line than we saw week 1. There's Sean Payton. But the Broncos, they do get some reinforcements on their offensive line in this game, as Mike McGlinchey is set to return from his ankle injury, which is definitely good. Alex Palczewski, he is down for another week. So if McGlinchey gets re-injured, then it's going to be Matt Parrott going right back in there at right tackle. That does concern me a little bit based on the way that he played. And I also am concerned on the interior as well. Brian Bresee leads the Saints set in sacks this year with 4, and he's going to be matched up in this game against Alex Forsyth at times. And Forsyth definitely had his problems in the game against the Chargers. I thought that he got walked back into Bo Nix's lap a few times. He got blown up in the run game. I wasn't overall impressed with what we saw from Alex Forsyth in that game. So that is definitely going to be a concern for me, is how they match up on the interior offensive line for the Broncos, especially at center. But this Saints interior offensive line, I think with guys like Zach Allen, DJ Jones, Malcolm Roach making his return to New Orleans, I think all of those guys, John Franklin Myers, they're going to be able to take advantage of that matchup for sure. A Hark's in the house saying they need to run the ball to take the pressure off Nix. And this is a matchup that actually does favor the Broncos as well, because the New Orleans Saints have one of the worst run defenses in the NFL. They are bottom tier in a lot of different categories. So I think that the Broncos are going to indeed be able to take advantage of that matchup. Let me know, guys, if my audio is all good. Let me know if I need to adjust anything. We'll bring in the game audio as soon as it comes back from commercial, and let me know if I need to turn the volume up, turn the volume down, all of that good stuff. I want to make sure that we've got good audio for this game. This is a big one, Broncos country. It really is. All right, here we go. Flashbacks to Sunday. All right, Maverick in the house. He made it, he says. Right on.
After 6 weeks, the Broncos are 3-3. Sean Payton's return to New Orleans is huge. He's got to.
Oh, Mike Evans, KKFN, 104.3 The Fan. Saints media as well. Bronco Fan 99 says, we need to stop Alvin Kamara. Kamara is probably the most dynamic weapon that the Saints have offensively right now, so you're definitely going to have to find a way to shut him down. You're going to have to be able to find a way to cover him one-on-one in space, and that was a concern for the Broncos last week. We saw Cody Barton get burned on a wheel route to Kamani Vidal, so definitely something that we're going to have to watch. We got Robert in the house saying, what's up, Gage? Watching this one on Prime, but checking in to say, go Broncos. Thank you so much for checking in, Robert. Really appreciate you stopping by. Enjoy the game, dude. We got Adam Troutman, another ex-Saint, returning to New Orleans. Again, 7 players and 11 members of the coaching staff have ties to the New Orleans Saints. This is also Drew Brees' honoring night. He has been inducted into the Saints Hall of Fame. So there's going to be a ceremony on the field at halftime. They already had kind of a luncheon type ceremony, and Sean Payton, Joe Lombardi, Pete Carmichael, and Zach Strief were all there for that. I wonder if Sean's going to take the leash off Bo Nix. I think he's certainly going to try, but again, they just can't they can't shoot themselves in the foot early with penalties and turnovers. That's the real key. That's the real key to taking the leash off. Yeah, absolutely deserved. One of the best in the business, one of the best quarterbacks of my generation growing up. Got Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit on the call. Definitely excited about Kirk Herbstreit's call. Not so much about Al Michaels. Definitely, I feel like his best years are behind him at this point. Yeah, same, Maverick. Drew Brees, one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time as well. Yep. This is actually the first game this year where 2 rookie quarterbacks are going to be going head-to-head, so that's going to be something to also monitor in this game. Which rookie quarterback can rise to the occasion, which rookie quarterback can overcome pressure, because no doubt both of these defenses are going to blitz like living hell, so that's going to be really interesting as well. Got to run the ball. There should be no excuse. There really shouldn't against this really bad Saints run defense. I think that Sean Payton's going to ride both Javonte Williams and Audric Estime early, and then whichever one of those two emerges as the top guy, that's who Sean's going to ride for the rest of the night. That's how I think the Broncos are going to philosophically approach things from the running back position. And, of course, they'll still sprinkle in some Jaleel McLaughlin as well, but it's definitely going to be either the Javonte or Audric show. I think they're going to ride the hot hand. Drew Brees coming out of the tunnel, firing up the Who Dat Nation crowd. It's definitely going to be loud there in the Superdome. The Broncos are going to have to emphasize their nonverbal communication in this game, their silent snap count, all their hand signals, stuff like that, because it's going to be really hard to hear in there. Those Saints fans, they can get loud, and with it being one of the old school domes that's still in the league, there's nowhere for that noise to travel. It just continues to circulate back down on the field, so that is going to be a real challenge for this Broncos offense, is overcoming that crowd noise. Nix needs to improve his footwork and his pocket presence. I totally agree. Those are the two biggest detriments to his game right now, and that's why we're seeing him really struggle on that side of the ball, is because he's just not able to set his feet at times. He gets happy feet in the pocket, and it affects his accuracy. Sometimes over the middle of the field, you'll see him skip balls because he can't set his feet and drive the ball with his hips and generate torque. That's how you generate an accurate throw, is with hips and velocity and torque, and he hasn't been able to do that. You think Cooper and Barron will start at the edge? Most likely, yes. They might give the start to Benito over Cooper, but I don't know, or over Barron, I'm sorry, but I don't know. I think that it's probably going to be Cooper and Barron. If Denver can win the next 2 weeks, they're probably going to be buyers at the trade deadline. I definitely agree. I think that if they can showcase that they have a chance to be legitimate playoff contenders, get a starting caliber tight end in here like David Njoku or maybe Mark Andrews, maybe add another piece to the receiving core, then yeah, I think the Broncos would totally be in business to do that. If Williams fumbles again, I'm going to be sick. Yeah, me too. I really am kind of on the fence with Javonte Williams at this point. I'm going to give him one more shot, but if he can't deliver, then I'm pretty much done with him at this point. Barron is a rotation guy, as he should be. I actually think he's got the most upside of those three edge rushers. It's just been injuries that have really held him back, unfortunately. Yeah, we did well without Barron, but I'm worried about our pass rush being hindered by not having PS2. That's totally a fair argument, but the Broncos blitzed the most that they did last week in the entire season. Just the Chargers did a really good job of picking it up. The Saints have got a really porous offensive line, and I question how well they're going to be able to pick it up. Javonte's turning into Melvin Gordon Virgin 2. Definitely, if he keeps putting the ball on the carpet and he keeps putting the ball in harm's way like that, unfortunately, that's the exact reason why Melvin Gordon got cut here in Denver. I could see the exact same thing happening with Javonte Williams. All right, guys, here we go. Let me know if the audio's good, guys. Let me know if I need to adjust anything. Yeah, this is a cool intro that they've done. Time to pause my Retro Bowl project. That sounds fun. Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much, DB. Sean Payton said he's going to use Franklin, Estime, and Mims more. I hope that ain't all talk. Well, we're about to find out right now. There's the Superdome in New Orleans. All right, guys, here we go. There's Cam Jordan, one of the players still left from when Sean Payton was the head coach. Sean said it's definitely going to be emotional for him when he sees guys like Cam Jordan, Demario Davis. I hope Denver remembered to block Cam Jordan. Cam Jordan, Brian Bresee, Chase Young, all those guys. Carl Granderson as well. He's actually been their most productive edge rusher, Granderson has. There's Dennis Allen, Sean Payton protege, former Saints defensive coordinator, now in his 3rd year as the head coach. Saints have several players out due to injury, including Derek Carr, Taysom Hill, Chris Olave. Rashid Shaheed is out for the season.
It's funny, every team has injuries, but Joe Buck had a great line doing a game recently where he said, hey, cry me a river.
Yep, pretty much.
The other team has its problems too.
Every team's got injuries right now.
Look at his regular season,
Sean Payton,
most wins by a head coach in Saints history.
most regular season wins by a head coach in Saints history, 152 and 89 as the Saints head coach.
Which turned the game around on a
Super Bowl champion in 2009.
Saints have won the toss. They will defer.
Saints won the toss. They have deferred. So Bo Nix and this Broncos offense will get the ball to start off.
From the 35-yard line, you got Marvin Mims
Blake Groupie set to kick off for the Saints.
for the Saints. Packed house.
And it is a packed house in New Orleans.
Celebrated his 50th year.
And here we go from the Superdome.
Up in the zone, and enables a run back from Marvin.
And we will see a run back, Marvin Mims trying to take an angle. Mims across the 30, and he is near the 35-yard line where he is out of bounds. And that is where Bo Nix and this Broncos offense will begin.
In the draft. And the number 12 pick was the 6th quarterback pick. And there are his numbers on the season. He only had 1 touchdown in the first 4
All right, here we go, guys.
two, so he's 5 and 5 in that department. And of course, you had a lot of opportunity to cover him in college, both at Auburn and at Oregon.
Yeah, he really dreamed his whole life. His dad played at Auburn, dreamed his whole life of playing there, and hit some adversity.
All right, first down and 10
2 great years in Eugene, and first round
from the 35-yard line. 2 receivers set to the left side. Nix dropping back right away. He's going to dip forward, and he's going to run it. Bo Nix near midfield, and he slides at about the 49-yard line. So right away, Bo Nix showing off those wheels. Picks up the first down, and a good start for the Denver Broncos offense.
for a team that is struggling to tackle in space.
Yep. Good slide, absolutely. Sean Payton sending in the plays.
He's a great athlete that, hey, if it's not there, that primary's not there. His instincts at this stage of his career is to take off anyway. But that one open, wide open there in that second level. Linebackers cleared out.
Oh, Bo checking the play at the line from the 49-yard line. Condensed formation. Marvin Mims was actually in the backfield. They fake the toss to him, and they get it to Troy Franklin, who's only able to pick up a yard in the flats, setting up a 2nd down and 9.
Rookie from Eugene.
Wrinkle there here early in this game from Denver.
Yeah, very interesting putting
This is an offense.
Marvin Mims in the backfield there.
But tonight I think you'll see a couple rookie receivers.
2nd down and 8. They gave him 2 on that one.
Troy Franklin to go along with Courtland Sutton. Sutton really their primary go-to, not only receiver, but playmaker. And that time just a way to get Mims the football. They're trying to change looks up.
From just inside the 50-yard line.
Their primary running back.
They run the read option, and Bo Nix is going to keep it, taking it to the outside. Lead block there from Michael Burton, and Bo Nix with another first down. So we see Bo Nix right away utilizing those legs with 2 first downs for this Broncos offense, setting them up with good position here. I love the play calling, man. Very nice. Just like DB says, designed runs, they're executing. Just stay ahead of the chains here.
Bo Nix giving you an idea of what he can do with his legs. Tremendous athlete. Usually it's sprinkle in a run or 2.
Play clock ticking inside 10. That's been an issue for this Broncos offense. They send Marvin Mims in motion. A little orbit. Love that. First time we've really seen an orbit motion. Nix is looking downfield, and he's got a man wide open in Lucas Kroll, and he overthrows him. Nix was kind of dancing in the pocket, had happy feet there, and he sailed that pass way too high for Kroll. 2nd and 10. It was a good play design, but unfortunately, Nix, let's look at his feet on this. Oh, yep, threw it off balance. Not good. We've seen both throw with these off-platform angles, and it just doesn't work, man. You've got to set your feet and make a throw there with a clean base. 2nd down and 10. Fake it. Nix rolling to his left, fires downfield. Oh, and his man slipped. Troy Franklin looked like he was trying to come back to the football, and Franklin just fell down. Yep, he's got to set his feet there. He has to. Yep. So 3rd down and 10, a promising drive here is in danger of stalling out. From the New Orleans 41. Nix changing the play at the line. They got to hurry up. 5, 4, 3. They just get it off. Nix drifting in the pocket off his back foot again, and it's incomplete. You cannot drift back in the pocket like that. They brought pressure. Now let's see what Sean Payton wants to do. Does he want to try a long field goal, or is he going to punt it? So, Bo Nix picks up 2 first downs with his legs. Couple of wonky off-platform throws. He did have a man in his face, but that wasn't bad pickup there. He could have probably set his feet and delivered that throw. And they're going to punt it with Riley Dixon. Try to pin the Saints back deep. And they're going to do that. Fair catch made at about the 7-yard line. So here comes Spencer Rattler. Set to make his 2nd NFL start last week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Rattler, 22 for 40, 243 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, lost fumble, 5 sacks. So hopefully Rattler can continue to kind of have these rookie growing pains. We're still seeing these rookie growing pains from Bo Nix. The footwork continues to be a big-time weakness for him. Maverick says, #1 weakness that I noticed scouting him was footwork. Bronco fan says, fix that damn footwork, Bo. Bo had an easy touchdown. He's so antsy in the pocket and feels phantom pressure. That is a problem, and that was complaint #1 that I had with Russell Wilson, was sensing phantom pressure. To Bo's credit, he does a pretty decent job for the most part of mitigating it with his athleticism. Russell Wilson would get strip sacked, fumbled a lot of the time, but really I think that that's still something that Bo Nix has to improve on, is his lower body mechanics and his footwork. That is the biggest reason for inaccuracy right now and his skittishness in the pocket. He's got to learn to set his base and trust his protection, set his feet, and deliver on time, in rhythm, and in structure. We got Braylon Dennis in the house saying, Lions fan here, enjoying some football. Don't let me ruin your night. Don't mind me. No, not at all. We welcome fans of all 32 teams here. We just have one simple rule, and that's don't be an asshole. Nix is overthinking his throws. I don't necessarily think he's overthinking. I think it's just the footwork, and he doesn't know when to set his base, when to get comfortable. So I guess actually, yeah, you could say that's overthinking. I guess you could technically say that, but I think that it's something that's very, very fixable. He had Franklin and Kroll. Seemed like he didn't know which throw to make and nervously threw between them. That's not good. Unfortunately, I can't get the live all 22 for this one. Can't really load it up on my computer and see it very well from this angle, and it wouldn't. The stream wouldn't be able to hold up if I did it on this computer. So I'm just watching what they're broadcasting on the TV here in Denver. Yeah, he's got to go see Jordan Palmer. He's got to go see somebody who can help him hone in on these lower body mechanics. That was what helped unlock Josh Allen, was his lower body mechanics, and helped kind of hone in on his inaccuracy. Not saying that Bo has even close to the amount of arm talent that Josh Allen does, but it's a similar principle. You fix your lower body mechanics, then you're going to have a lot less issues with accuracy. First and 10, Spencer Rattler on a rollout. He's going deep, wide open, man. Busted coverage there, and that's Foster Moreau. PJ Locke bumps him out of bounds, but a big chunk play to start off for the Saints. So we talk about the Broncos getting off to a fast start, and they get off to a slow start, and it's looking like the Saints who are getting off to a fast start here. Yep, the linebackers bid on the play action. It left the tight end wide open on the corner route. Now they're going to go to the ground game, and good stuff right there. Alvin Kamara limited to maybe a gain of 1. Second down and 9. 11 and a half left to play in the first quarter from the 41-yard line. Rattler, pressure's coming. Oh, he narrowly avoids the sack. Now he's going deep downfield, and it's nearly intercepted. Cody Barton had it right in his hands and dropped it. So 2 missed opportunities defensively right there. John Franklin Myers had him wrapped up for a would-be sack. Rattler forces it into double coverage right there, and Cody Barton cannot hang on to the interception. Trevor Penning, the right tackle, gets completely worked on that play. Very bad throw right there. I cannot believe Barton couldn't hold on to that. Barton's in danger of potentially losing his job to Quan Alexander. Alexander was called up from the practice squad. Another former Saint. Rattler goes underneath, and it's going to be tackled short of the first down. Cedric Wilson Jr. Jaquan McMillan in on the tackle, so both offenses with a quick 3-and-out, Denver got a couple first downs and then had to punt, but New Orleans with a quick 3-and-out here. Both offenses not really able to generate much in the passing game. Denver's going to get a good opportunity here. So here's Matthew Hayball to punt it away for the Saints. An interesting punt formation. This is almost like a college punting formation. Try to pin back deep. It cannot take the bounce, and it bounces into the end zone. Touchback, and the Broncos will start at the 20-yard line. So Bo Nix, Pinson Valley High School in Alabama. His dad was his coach. Then first several years at Auburn, and then 2022 for 2020 to 2023 at Oregon. 12th overall pick in 2024 by the Broncos. That was a crap punt. It really was. At least Barton was covering well and didn't give the Saints the Vidal treatment from last game. Seriously. Yep, Mims was in the backfield. Oh, he's in the backfield again. Oh, this is some creativity here from Sean Payton and company. I don't know whose idea it was to put Mims in the backfield, but I kind of like it. Little swing screen to him. Instead of Jaleel McLaughlin, just put Marvin Mims back there. Yeah, hell yeah, brother. I am down. Love that. Seriously, Marvin Mims can make guys miss in space. That's a really clever, creative way to get him the ball. I love it. Second down and 3. Now it looks like Audric Estime's in the backfield. His first appearance in the game. Oh, we got Quinn Miners pulling across. A lead there from, oh my God. Estime able to grind out a nothing right there. That was looking like maybe a 1 or 2 yard gain, and he burst it free for a first down. Lead there from Nate Adkins and Quinn Miners. Estime definitely showed some promising signs in pass protection in the preseason, but again, that was going against a lot of second and third string players. All right, 1st and 10. Trips right. Looks like Lucas Kroll in the slot. Jaleel is now in the backfield. They fake it to him. That's an RPO to Devon Vele. Just a little RPO slant, and Vele with those yards after the catch. Love to see that. Devon Vele, in the 2 games that he's played for the Broncos this year, has led the team in receiving yards. He's been a guy who has been dealing with a rib injury these past few weeks, finally seems to be completely healthy and can be a dynamic weapon for this offense. Yep, love to see these RPOs and read options early on. Very nice.
That he has when primary is open.
Yeah, it probably is one play behind. It's having to broadcast on TV. Nix rolling out, he floats it there. Oh, it's caught. There you go. Troy Franklin catches it, and he surges forward for a gain of 2.
A couple of yards on that play. How's
Still seeing Bo throw with awkward footwork, and I don't love that.
Scouting, they have attacked through the air a lot of times.
He's got to hone in on his lower body mechanics.
Sometimes lines up to the left, and if you look at their targets on a passing,
That was an accurate throw. Yep, and his feet were set. It's a lot easier on those RPOs, so that's one way that Sean Payton can help the brother out here and just don't make him have to rush his footwork. Make it easy on him. Oh, nice bounce off there. Good bounce through the contact by Javonte Williams. Gain of about 13 there. On 2nd down and 8, picks up another first down. Javonte Williams looked like he was going to run into a brick wall again, and he did a nice job bouncing off the contact. And now Denver's set up at the New Orleans 35. No huddle, like to see that. Nix, just a little sit route there, just gets it to Williams. He gets a gain of 5 yards. Let's see if the Broncos want to continue to go no huddle.
there's one guy who you have to worry about tackling is Demario Davis. The rest of this defense last week missed 18 tackles against
18 missed tackles last week against the Buccaneers for this Saints defense. That's not something you normally see out of a Dennis Allen defense.
yards there on first.
Good immediate tackle in space right there by Demario Davis, one of the best linebackers in the business. 2nd down and 4 from the New Orleans 29. Nix from under center. He tosses it to Jaleel. Oh my God. He gets destroyed in the backfield. Orgy, the linebacker there for the Saints. Never heard of him. And that's going to now make it 3rd down and 6. Loss of 2.
Work those double teams and get up to the linebacker.
Linebacker is just going to fire in right there.
Look at the double teams.
Oh my God. Horrible, horrible block by Alex Forsyth. Forsyth's starting to turn into a bit of a liability at center. 3rd down and 6. It looks like they're going to empty out the backfield. Quads to the right side. Nix in trouble. Nix avoids a sack from Chase Young. Now Nix is going to try to take it himself, and he cannot quite pick up the first down. Looks like he's out of bounds, maybe a yard or 2 short. So that's going to bring up a 4th down decision here for Denver.
Not only is he fast,
And it looks like the decision has been made. They're kicking the field goal.
play alive, almost had enough speed to turn that corner again for that first down mark, but at least he keeps them in field goal range.
All right, 4th down and 3.
6-yard attempt from
Will
Will Lutz,
Lutz,
who was picked up last year. Of course,
the former New Orleans Saint,
Sean Payton here for 7 years in New Orleans. So they
from 46 yards. Lutz is up, and he is good. And the Denver Broncos are the first to grace the scoreboard. 3-0.
Broncos draw first blood. 5.5
All right. So, again, we're still seeing Bo Nix with bad footwork, man. He's got to clean that up. If he cleans that up, just like BK says, he'll be fine. I mean, he's shown his ability that he can deliver the ball on time, in rhythm, and structure when his feet are clean. The problem is his feet aren't always clean. Our O-line ain't it, for sure. I mean, Alex Forsyth, he was like a turnstile on that play. He really was. He allowed the linebacker to shoot the gap and completely blew up that run there. I'm definitely concerned about Alex Forsyth at this point in time. I don't think that he's shown a whole lot of promise at center. I'm very concerned about his run blocking and his pass blocking, quite frankly. Again, considering the injuries, though, like, it could be an all-out disaster. Yes, it could be an all-out disaster, but still, like, you want to see at least competent offensive line play from your depth guys. Jaleel is becoming a liability at running back. Unfortunately, it's kind of the Phillip Lindsay situation where you kind of know what's going to happen when Jaleel's in the game. He's going to get the ball on like a swing screen. He's going to maybe occasionally get an outside run, but you kind of know what you're going to get when Jaleel McLaughlin's in the game, and you know that he's probably going to end up with the football. He's not being used as eye candy. He's not an asset in pass protection. I love Jaleel, but I do feel like the decision to cut Blake Watson was a little bit perplexing. They will try to get him back on the practice squad, but I think he might end up getting claimed off waivers. Yes, Mike McGlinchey is back. We know why Wattenberg was starting from the jump. 100%. Wattenberg was clearly the better player in training camp. He's not perfect by any means, but he certainly is a serviceable starting center in the NFL. Kind of equates me to almost like Connor McGovern is somebody I equate him to. Like, he's fine, solid, serviceable, but he's not a world beater at the center position. He's not somebody that you pay long term. Yeah, Miners is the best offensive lineman, our right guard.
In his first year as the head coach, facing the Dallas Cowboys, coached by Bill Parcells, who was one of Sean's mentors.
Sean Payton having a conversation here with the wide receivers and Bo Nix. I think he's trying to settle Bo down there, trying to get in his head a little bit. And Bo definitely will get a little bit fiery with Sean back at him. So there's Lutz to kick off. Jackson gets out to about the 33-yard line. Decent starting field position for the second possession for the Saints. Yep, and that's another thing to factor in, too. This is Bo Nix's first time playing in front of a national audience. The Broncos have definitely had their struggles on prime time over these last several years. Hopefully they can overcome these issues tonight. Yeah, we're tied to McGlinchey for a while, but Bulls, he's in the last year of his contract. Probably going to be gone at the end of this year. Little toss out to Alvin Kamara. One missed tackle, but Cody Barton meets him on the sideline after a gain of about a yard. Could have potentially blown him up in the backfield there. I didn't see who that was, but he could have had a TFL on Kamara right there. I will say the quality of tackling in the NFL has degraded over these last few years. Yeah, over Bo Nix 25 was a pretty easy bet, Robbie. Oh my God, another missed tackle in the backfield. That looked like Nick Bonito. Those white sleeves, yep, it was Nick Bonito. That was an easy tackle in the backfield for Bonito. He slipped it, and the running back was able to pick up like 7 yards. 3rd down and 2. So, the tackling has been less than ideal so far for Denver. 3rd and 2. Rattler's rolling out. Finds a man open on a little crosser, and that's Bub Means. Broncos, they're going back to that soft, squishy zone coverage crap. I don't like it. He had space to operate underneath right there. You gave the receiver a cushion. That little rollout play, that's just too easy. You're playing like 6-7 yards off from the receiver. What the hell? No, did not waive Perry. He just wasn't activated tonight. From the pistol, Rattler gets hit. That looks like a free ball. That's a fumble, and it's recovered by Denver. No whistle yet. Quan Alexander, who's wearing number 12. They're going to rule it a fumble. Good job ruling it a fumble. Go take a look at it. That is what you always do. Always rule it a fumble. That way you can change it if you need to in replay. That looked like a fumble. All right, they're going to review it, obviously. That looked like a fumble at first glance. Cody Barton forced it. Barton's actually playing a pretty good game tonight. That looks like a fumble. Oh, that's totally a fumble. That is a fumble all day long. That is going to be a turnover. His arm was not coming forward right there. No doubt, that is definitely a fumble. An early Broncos turnover, so we talked about the Broncos needing to win the turnover battle, and getting the first turnover right out the gate is huge. That is definitely a fumble. Quan Alexander, the former New Orleans Saint, with the recovery. It kind of bounced around like a hot potato there for a while. Yeah, Quan is in the game early. Definitely thought they would have activated A.T. Perry as well as... Oh, God, who else did they activate in this one from the practice squad? I thought they would have... Oh, it was Throckmorton. I thought they would have activated Throckmorton and A.T. Perry, but now Quan Alexander is already paying early dividends. David, the score is 3-0. Oh, I see it is not up. Hold on, let me go ahead and refresh this. Refreshing. There we go. Sorry about that. Didn't realize that the scoreboard was off. So it is 3-0 Denver, but they get the early turnover. Spencer Rattler strip sacked by Cody Barton. Quan Alexander with the recovery. So they had Alexander kind of back in coverage on that one, and they blitzed Barton. All right, Denver's got to get settled down here. Bo Nix needs to get settled down. He needs to get his footwork straightened out. They've had the chance for some big plays, and they've left him on the field. This could very easily be 17-0 right now. Or 14-0, possibly going into 17-0. Internet went down as soon as the game started. Oh, that sucks. But I thought that the Broncos did a good job with that RPO there. Make it to where Bo doesn't have to second guess his footwork. Just get him set, let him make that first immediate throw if it's there, and just let him get comfortable that way. Those RPOs can be a big-time asset for your offense when you use them correctly.
Barton is in his first year.
Yeah, that is definitely a turnover.
On the right has played for 6 teams now, and Rattler with the fumble. So
Let's go. All right, so let's see what the field position here is for the Broncos.
And Denver takes over at midfield.
They take over at midfield. 3:39 left to play in the first quarter. They could have returned it, but Jonathan Cooper has stone hands. In fairness, Coop did get one returned to the house last year. That one in Chicago. First down and 10. Franklin in motion to the right side. Bo sets his feet, fires over the middle, pass caught. Lucas Kroll, just a little sit route there, pick up a 4. Good play in structure. Bo hitting the bottom of his drop, letting one rip, decisive, on time, in rhythm. Love it. Matt Parrott is now checking in, reporting as eligible. Land Clark is the referee for the game today. It's 2nd down and 5. When Parrott's in the game, that usually tips the hand at run. And that's exactly what they do. Javonte Williams bouncing through some contact, and Williams grinding out that extra yardage. So we saw him bounce out of a tackle there and then grind forward. That's going to be close to a first down. Looked like about a 4-yard gain right there. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. Calling it 3rd down and inches. Definitely pleased with what we've seen so far from Javonte Williams. Knock on wood. 3rd down and inches. Looks like New Orleans is trying to clog gaps up front here. And doesn't matter. Denver's still successful with the quarterback sneak. Denver, one of the top quarterback sneak teams in the league this year, actually. They don't use that Philadelphia tush-push formation, but it's kind of the same concept where the center gets down low and he gets a little bit of a push, and that's enough. Bo's also really good at finding those little lanes underneath to sneak through. Again, Broncos, one of the best quarterback sneak teams in the league. Dennis Allen, who is the Saints' defensive play caller, sending in the signals. Under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Little orbit motion there from Jaleel McLaughlin. They're going to hand it off. It looked like another RPO. Bo chose the R that time. Javonte Williams gains 7. Yeah, dude. Mike McGlinchey. Had a nice block there, man. Yeah, dude is definitely going to bring some fire and some juice in the run game. It's pass protection and pre-snap penalties that are really the issue for McGlinchey, but dude is definitely a huge asset in the run game. That is no doubt. Hand off again. Williams, that looked like close to the line to gain. Is Garrett Bowles shaken up? Nope, he's up. He's good. BK says split the carries. At this point, looks like they're kind of riding Javonte a little bit, but I liked when they got Marvin Mims in the backfield as my camera's out of focus. Sorry about that, guys. Stupid camera. Yeah. I'm going to be upgrading my camera actually here within like the next month or so. I've been kind of saving up for a big purchase. 1st and 10. Another RPO. Nix is going to keep it that time. Coming back to the football. Looked like a little high. Oh, flag. Sutton thinks he's got a defensive hold. Sutton got a flag. Holding on the Saints. Paulson Adebo, the guilty party on that one.
That does not stop the pressures. Adebo.
Yeah, it looked like kind of an awkward comeback to the ball right there, and the reason being, Sutton was tangled up on his route. Thank you so much, DB, for the 10 bones. New camera fund. Go Gage, go Broncos. Hashtag Syndicate. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. And just like I said, those RPOs make it a lot easier on Bo. Not having him second guess his feet. Set it, throw. Perfect. Yep, these RPOs, they can work tonight. That time it was an RPO glance. Just looked like a 5-step slant right there to Troy Franklin. Again, all Bo has to do is pull it out, set, throw. No chance to second guess. So, 3-0. Broncos are driving. End of the first quarter. This is exactly what we want to see. Sean Payton is making it easy on Bo. He's scheming up easy completions. RPOs are something that you can really lean heavy on in the NFL because it's hard to make the defense right. If they all come in to stop the run, you throw it on that little glance route behind just like Bo did. If they drop back to stop that glance route, then you hand it off. It's really hard for the defense to be right against those RPOs. They can be. There are ways to defend them, and I imagine Dennis Allen is eventually going to make those adjustments. But, yeah, overall, man, definitely impressed with the RPO game so far and the read option game, getting a couple of those designed runs for Bo Nix. And it looks like Bo starting to calm down, again, helping him out that he's not having to second guess his footwork. That is something the Broncos can lean on heavily until Bo gets kind of those early game jitters, especially out of his system. I think that they saw what they had the missed opportunities to do against the Chargers team that could have potentially had some issues against these RPOs as well, and the Broncos just didn't take advantage of it. How do you run the RPO and avoid an illegal man downfield with your line run blocking? You've got to read it and be decisive with it quick because it's literally a run play with a pass option tagged onto it. So if you're going to throw the pass, you've got to zip it out quick before linemen get downfield. Otherwise, the linemen don't know. They're just run blocking. So exactly, you just have to be very decisive with the throw. Thank you so much, D, for the $2.79 Canadian. Also going towards the camera fund. Really appreciate that, guys. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to be able to get much clearer quality here. Hopefully I can upgrade the sound here pretty soon as well. Get a couple of foam pads in here. better microphone. I really want to turn this into a little bit more of a professional looking setup now that I'm kind of settled down in my own place and I've got the opportunity to do that. So yeah, guys, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. All right, let's hope that we can continue these RPOs. Beautiful shot of the Superdome, man. I really was wanting to go to this game. Financially, it just doesn't quite time out. Us YouTubers get paid on the 21st. I really wanted to go to this one. New Orleans is a city I've always wanted to visit. The Superdome is a stadium I've always wanted to visit. All right, awesome, DB. Perfect. Because, yeah, there's just not a lot of furniture here in my little studio apartment, and it definitely bounces around the audio. 1st and 10. Uh-oh, got to hurry up. Bo comes up to make a check. 3, 2, toss. Williams. Good block from Troy Franklin, and Williams with a gain of about 4. And we've got our first bot of the day. Since I'm using Streamlabs, I cannot take care of the bots, so I would really appreciate it if Moz could help me out with that. You can piss right off, bot. 2nd down and 5. Broncos moving the ball very well on this drive. And they dominate the time of possession. 11:25 versus 3:47. If you can win the time of possession, that's going to be huge. The Broncos lost the time of possession battle last week pretty soundly. Nix is going to tuck it down. Nix, shimmy shoulder shake. Nix, ooh, looks like he landed hard on that throwing shoulder. He bounces right up, though. That was a little bit scary, but 3rd down and looks like about 2. Nix's ability to dip his shoulders down low and weave through would-be tackles is a very huge asset to his game. You see a lot of those where Russell Wilson would leave the ball exposed like a loaf of bread, and that's how he'd get stripped. I think about the Jets game, the Commanders game last year. That's exactly how that happened. 3rd down and 1. From inside the 10. It's a long one. Fake it to Williams. Nix dances. Nix doesn't like it. Nix has all day. He goes underneath and he skips it. He had Adam Troutman for a would-be 1st down. It's 4th down and 1. You've got to think about going for this. You got to go for this. You don't get it. You got the Saints backed up deep in their own territory. You've got to go for this. Could have maybe hit Humphrey there. Vele, he gets open too late. 4th and 1. Yeah, you definitely go for this. It's too long for a quarterback sneak, though. And Bo's making a check. I think he's just trying to draw him off sides. Yep. Are they going to take a delay of game? Yes, they are. They're going to take a delay of game and kick the field goal. Yeah, you know what? Take the points. Take the points. I'm good with it. If this is going to be a defensive slugfest, then you need every point you can get. Take the points. Will Lutz lost a kicking competition last year to Blake Groupie. Ended up getting traded to Denver. Was very reliable. Looked like good coverage on the back end there in the red zone. Uh-oh, camera out. Are we back? Are we back, guys? Are we back? I had a little internet cutout. Are we back? Okay, cool. Sorry, my internet glitched out for a second. The only downside to the apartment complex I live in right now is they will not let me get my own internet. I want to get Xfinity so freaking bad. I want business class internet, but they will not let me get it. I have to stick with their crappy Wi-Fi, and it sucks. I really do want to get, like, Xfinity business class internet. I just moved in here. That's the crappy part. And I'm locked into a lease in this place, too. So I can't go anywhere, unfortunately. Yep, that was the right move, Robbie. Take the points. This is probably going to be a low-scoring game. You take the points there. Your defense is playing well. You have confidence that your defense can get another stop and give you another opportunity. Definitely looked like he could have hit Humphrey in the end zone there. Again, would need to see the all-22 to know for sure what Bo is and isn't seeing. A couple times his footwork's definitely let him down. And that's a big issue. It's something that's fixable, yes, but it's a big issue. Yes, Robert, I do occasionally use it. It's just not quite as fast as I need it to be. Yeah, it's just tough right now because I really do need, like, fast internet, and it's just not easy to get mobile internet that's fast enough for streaming, and then obviously I'm kind of locked into what I have right now. Definitely, the plays have been there. Bo just hasn't made them. 100%, Kim. If the Saints can generate an offense here. Oh, okay, I'll look into that, Robert. All right, there's Spencer Rattler ready to go back out there. Will Lutz with the kickoff. And nice return right there by Jackson. Gets it out to the 30-yard line. Spencer Rattler coming out. And you have every right to be harsh on Nix. He's not playing great right now. Now, is it all on him? No, there are plenty of other offensive issues that this team has. It's just, at the end of the day, that's a high snap. Rattler, what the hell? He just ran into his own. Oh, no! Oh, my God. Yo! So it's a high snap. He corrals it. He runs into his own lineman, and then he gets strip sacked. Cody Barton runs it into the end zone. There is a flag on the play. Hopefully Denver's not offside. Oh, they are offside. No. Pre-snap penalty shoots you in the foot. Ah, damn it. Damn it. So that's exactly what happens. That's another big play wiped out via penalty. Saw it several times last week against the Chargers. And once again, another big play wiped out because of a freaking penalty. This team is so damn undisciplined. That was a hilarious play. But, damn it. It was such a big opportunity. You had the opportunity to go +2 in the turnover battle. And they're offsides again. That was Browning. Dude. God. You cannot shoot yourself in the foot, Maverick. That's God. Earmuffs. Don't listen to the snap count. Watch the freaking ball. Watch the ball. Drop back. Spencer's going deep. Oh, the receiver fell down. That looked like good tight coverage by Moss. The receiver falls down. I think he just got tripped up right there. That was Mason Tipton. So we talked about Mason Tipton in our pregame preview, how he could potentially burn you deep downfield. He's their big play threat with Rashid Shaheed out for the season. He grabbed the hand. He did. Yeah, he tripped up. I don't think you're going to get a call right for just the hand grab. I think they're going to call that just hand fighting. After that, he lost his footing. I don't think the officials were going to see that. And that's a tough call to make in real time. Benefits the Broncos regardless, though. Now they got another third down.
Defender's not playing the ball.
If he's feeding Tangleman not playing the ball, it is a foul for defensive pass interference. If he is playing the ball, it is not a foul for defensive pass interference.
I'd need to see it again. I don't know if by definition he was playing the ball there. Holding hands as if it's a date. More pressure. Rattler gets rocked, and it's out of bounds. So the pressure came from the interior right there. It was Zach Allen who had a near sack. And he kind of went over to the ref right there and said, "Thank you for not calling roughing." Dude, Zach Allen has been a freaking dog this year. He beats the left guard, Nick Saldiveri, to the inside. Just that little swipe move. Rattler just able to get that away, and now the Saints very fortunate to be punting this football. So this Denver defense has risen to the occasion so far. They've kept this a close game early. Now you need the offense to return the favor. This could have had potential to be a much bigger lead for Denver if your offense could generate points. Bo has got to have better feet. He's got to see the field better. It's that simple. Absolutely, Robert. We talked about that in the game preview, that they definitely have a lot of weaknesses that can be exploited by this Broncos defensive line. Zach Allen, DJ Jones, Malcolm Roach, John Franklin Myers, and we've already seen Allen and Franklin Myers kind of wreck shop up front. I think part of it, Maverick, is because he's got pieces around him. He's got guys like John Franklin Myers, DJ Jones, Malcolm Roach. He's actually got a supporting cast around him. All right, Bo. Let's go, buddy. The RPOs can take you far, but at some point, you're going to have to showcase that you can operate comfortably in drop-back passing situations. Under center, they fake the toss. Bo rolls. Doesn't like it, so he's going to weave his way forward. Gains of 3 yards, I believe. Christian Boyd brings him down, the defensive tackle out of Boise State. Yes. Literally, dude. His biggest issue right now is his footwork. Yep. Kirk knows what's up. Kirk knows what's up. Open indications are a big Javonte run. Javante's about to do something per the chat. See what we got. There you go. Ooh, that was a good kick-out block right there by Nate Atkins, and that's what sprung that free. That was a great block and a good burst from Javonte. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Man, that could have gone for a house call. That could have very easily gone for a house call. Oh, dude. Oh, my God. Tyrann Mathieu just got him. If the Honey Badger doesn't get him, 6 carries, 49 yards. Pookie's looked good so far. All right, from inside the 35, they give it to Estime, grinding out some tough yardage. Pick up 4. 10.5 and counting left to play in the second quarter. This defense has the potential to take you to the playoffs, David. And if this offense can get their shit in gear, then this definitely quarterback play, anything like that, but you definitely have the potential to break this playoff drought. Screen, Javonte Williams rumbles himself forward. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Paulson Adebo's really hurt. Oh, it looked like he blew his knee out bad. Oh, man. More injuries for the Saints. Dude, that looked like a nasty injury. I hope he's okay. Seriously. Oh, man. Good missed tackle right there. Oh, dude. Adebo. Shit. He got his knee. That is something you never want to see. You always want your opponent to be at their highest strength, and you never want to see guys go down in the NFL. Never want to see it. That sucks. It's the worst part of this game. I hate seeing it. Hopefully he's okay. Really do. Never wish for injury. Absolutely sucks. That was a good run, though. That was a very good run. This Saints run defense, they've been crap for most of the season, and thus far they've been crap tonight. So that is good to see. I just really do hope that he's okay. Yeah, dude, that Hutch injury was rough stuff. But good news is he should bounce back, just like I'm bouncing back from literally the exact same injury, fractured tibia and fibula. Still dealing with muscle atrophy. That's probably the biggest pain in the ass right now, and it's probably what's holding me back the most. But Hutch will bounce back, and he'll bounce back quickly. Yeah, they do play on crappy turf. That is always an issue, but that just looked like a contact injury where he kind of got ran into. Yeah, that Hutch injury was pretty nasty. Yeah, that was nasty for sure. And it was probably the one guy on that Lions team that if they really wanted to make a run at the Super Bowl, they couldn't afford to lose. I know, Braylon, sorry, I know you're a Lions fan in here, but that's just a tough injury for that team to overcome. I really hope the Lions can overcome it because I'm rooting for them to go to the Super Bowl this year. But that's going to be one that just is emotionally hard to overcome. The Raiders say they're not moving Crosby, but if we get another 3-4 weeks down the road and they're still not winning football games, you've got to imagine they have to at least entertain it. Ah, damn. Yeah, the cart's out for Paulson Adebo. And the air cast is out as well. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that is very unfortunate for Adebo, dude. He was playing really good football, too. Was leading the Saints in tackles heading into this game. 3 interceptions, 10 pass deflections, leading the NFL. Dude was playing some damn good ball. You hate to see that. So this is another injury that the New Orleans Saints are going to have to overcome. David, it's Paulson Adebo, their starting corner. It'll be on Twitch. Yeah, little hack. If you guys don't want to pay for Amazon Prime, the Thursday night games stream for free on Twitch. Both the regular and the Live All 22, the Prime Vision version. D, it was on a run to the outside. Paulson and Debo came in to try to make it. Yeah, Kim, they've got Chris Olave out. They've got Rashid Shaheed out, their speedster burner, who's actually leading the team in receiving yards this year. He's now out for the season. You've got, who else? You've got Pete Werner. You've got Derek Carr, obviously, Taysom Hill. I don't have a Twitch, Mommy Chill Out. It's on Prime Video's Twitch, I believe. Slight lag, unfortunately. Okay, hold on. Yeah, my internet might be having some issues right now, guys. Apologies. Trying to see what's going on here. Let me know if the lag's gotten any better, guys. I want to see Clint Kubiak eventually take over the New Orleans Saints. Could be a possibility, for sure. Yeah, you could tell right away it wasn't going to be a good one.
Hard. And anytime we don't want to replay something for you, you know it's serious. So just hope for the best for Olsen and Diva. Meanwhile, you got Kool-Aid McFish.
Now Kool-Aid McKinstry, rookie out of Alabama, takes the field. Prime Vision, you can see the live all 22, and that's the angle I normally watch Thursday Night Football from. Wide open, Troy Franklin. Little roll out to the right. You got Franklin on a crossing route. Love it. So Troy Franklin easily getting his most looks today, working on Marshawn Lattimore. Oh no, it was zone coverage. Looked like they just completely weren't accounting for Franklin on that one. Either the defender fell down or that was zone coverage. 12 first downs so far for Denver to just 3 for New Orleans. Handoff again. Williams for a couple. Hope Adebo's okay, man. Yep.
Typically, when those are used, there's concern for the stability of the bone, not
Yep.
just the ligament.
So they actually they take them and then they deflate all of the air out of them. They're not like inflatable air casts; they're deflatable actually, and it conforms to your leg and whatever injury you had. I thought they were going to put an air cast on me when I broke my leg. They didn't, and I'm honestly kind of ticked off they didn't, low key. Couple of times I had to move there before I had surgery. Freaking sucked. On time again. Another ex-Saint, little Jordan Humphrey. Forward progress is going to net him another first down. Just nice little sit down from Humphrey right there, and Bo puts it right on him. Guys, let me know if the lag's any better. Hopefully my internet is cooperating. I freaking hate it. All right, here we go. First down and goal. 7.5 left to play in the half. Trips to the right. They're going to give it to Williams. Big burst for the touchdown. Javonte Williams. And Denver is starting to roll. Good drive, baby. Got the run game going on that drive, and Javonte Williams caps it off with a touchdown. Let's go! Love it, love it, love it. This Saints run defense has had the propensity to give up big runs, and that's exactly what's happened so far. Broncos come out to a 13-0 lead. Will Lutz extra point is good. Okay, looks like there's less of a lag now. We're good. I low-key feel bad for Dennis Allen. I mean, I think Dennis Allen's a good coach. I mean, the injuries aren't helping, but there are some issues with this team that you just can't overlook, and I don't think Dennis Allen is going to survive it. Thank you, Kim. Appreciate that. How many yards does Pookie have right now? Let's find out, shall we? I'll look on my phone here. I'm trying to route my internet through my phone because it's a little bit stronger of a connection. So hopefully that boosts our connection a little bit here. Look up the stats for this game. Eight carries, 59 yards, and a tuggy. Let's go. Love that. Troy Franklin is the leading receiver on the day. 4 receptions for 46 yards. Bo is 10 for 14, 102 yards. No touchdowns, no picks. Has definitely left some plays on the field. Bo also has 35 yards on the ground. All right, 7.5 minutes left to play in the first half. Broncos lead 13-0. And again, this stupid score is not refreshing.
Peyton on the staff, 2 different full seasons and then 4 games to a third. And Derek Carr came in when he was a rookie.
Feels like we might see some of the Stidham verse if we keep this up.
Sean got the job.
Well, we still got a long way to go before that point.
To get this team turned around. 6-yard gain for Kamara there.
That's not going to happen until probably at least a 4-5 score lead.
And there was
Obviously
Sean.
got a long time
Dennis Allen
before we get to that point. There's a lot of football left.
owns a Super Bowl ring, does Allen, when they won it all in 2009 against the Indianapolis Colts.
Man, imagine if the defense would have gotten that scoop and score.
When Sean decided to step away from football,
This could very easily be like 21-0, 27-0 right by now. Like, the way that
Team that's got a lot of injuries. You're Denver. You want to make this quarterback have to work.
he should get some more touches.
Tonight they have
I think you want to find kind of that happy balance between Estime and Javonte Williams.
20. So Vance Joseph, who by the way went to high school in this area, so you know he's fired.
Vance Joseph, I didn't know that. Apparently he's a New Orleans native.
NFL's top defenses.
3rd down and 3
Very well tonight. Very sound all year.
from their own 28. Rattler. He's going to drift out to his right. Looks like he could run it if he wants to, but he was too indecisive. He didn't get the first down. He's going to be a yard short. Barton popped him out of bounds.
See, they're playing
If he had tucked and ran sooner, he probably would have gotten the first down.
quarterbacks. When Bo Nix looks to run, he's looking to get to a corner and take off.
Mm-hmm.
First down marker, Rattler,
He's trying to extend the play and run to throw, but if he was more decisive right there, he would have gotten the first down.
down and didn't have another receiver other than the one that was
Because they're still backed up in their own territory. You go for it and you don't get it. You're giving Denver a pretty immediate field goal right there. Punting's the right move here.
Orleans, and you're having trouble on offense. You got the rookie.
Yeah, you give Denver an easy field goal if you go for it and don't. What they showed on the jumbo... I hate my internet, dude. Yep. No, it's definitely short. It's definitely... Alright, looks like it's boosting back up. 4th and inches, they're going for it.
And they do.
Roll out. Oh, he leaks out. Jawan Johnson leaked out behind the edge rusher, and he got it.
Ron Johnson is there. That's a slow development play and a little move.
All right, back now.
Get the first down.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's definitely my internet's just crap.
ball as an H-back. He floats
Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot I can do about it.
The defense is full on that 4th and short. Nobody left back home. He goes up in the air.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go to my apartment manager and I'm gonna talk to them because this is my business. This is my livelihood. I can't have this happen. Oh, good catch. Alvin Kamara. That throw looked a little behind him. Kamara went back shoulder to get it.
Here with one team among the running backs.
It's,
15-0.
they got to get him on track, and I'm sure
Scoreboard should be current right now.
down, figuring out different ways to try to get
4.5 minutes left to play in the first half. 2nd down and 4 from the 48-yard line. Toss it to Kamara, and he's going to be blown up. Gain of 2. Jordan Jackson makes the play there. Jackson's been making some nice plays as a swing defensive lineman.
I cannot but think his father, of course, was the coach of the Denver Broncos when they won
Clint Kubiak has plenty of ties to Denver. Obviously, Gary Kubiak's son, Clint, has served in various offensive assistant roles here in Denver. Most recently was the quarterback's coach in 2022, the Russell Wilson Nathaniel Hackett year, and actually was the offensive play caller for Denver at one point in time. It's 3rd and 2. Pressure's coming. Rattler's able to avoid it, and Rattler's got a first down and more. Spencer Rattler showing off the wheels. Rattler inside the 25, out of bounds at the 22. Looked like you had him dead to rights in the backfield. More missed tackles, and freaking Rattler gets free for a big gain.
They bring 5. They bring everybody up, play man-to-man.
Dude, so they blitz and play man-to-man. That's the danger at times of playing man-to-man is you leave rushing lanes, but that was a missed tackle in the backfield.
Surge. There's just nobody.
Freaking Baron Browning should have had it terrible. And now Denver's going to call a timeout. And he's telling the team to calm down, Sean Payton is. I don't know why they had to burn a timeout there. Must have been some sort of substitution issue or something. Or maybe he thought his guys were gassed. I don't know. Definitely want to get another score here. But first of all, obviously, you've got to get a stop. Yep, I've noticed my internet does get a little better towards the evening when less people are on the network, so hopefully that'll be the case here. First down and 10. Rattlers under center. Oh, little end around here. And Jaquan McMillan says, no, sir. He comes downhill and blows that up. Let's go, Jaquan. Tried to run that end around, and Jaquan McMillan was not fooled. That was impressive. Okay, I'm just thinking, hopefully this stupid freaking lag is blown up again. Short completion to Mason Tipton. That's going to bring up a third down and long. Riley Moss lays the lumber on that play. That was a shot. And did Sean call a timeout? He did. Okay, so Sean's thinking here is get a stop and try to get the punt on the north side of the 2-minute warning. So they'll have a timeout probably to work with on the other side, assuming they can get a stop here. Try to go down and at least pick up another field goal. Best Broncos player ever? I mean, it's got to be John Elway. I mean, that's a layup. Third and 11. From the Denver 23, Spencer Rattler gets it underneath there to Foster Moreau, who breaks a couple of tackles, and Foster Moreau fighting for extra yardage. It's still going to be fourth down, but that might be a decision to make here. I'm still going to say John Elway. I am. I think Shannon Sharp's definitely on the Broncos Mount Rushmore, but if you're going to go for the best Broncos player all time, it's got to be John Elway. And that's no shade at all at Shannon Sharp. I love me some Unc Shay, but unfortunately, I mean, well, not unfortunately, but John Elway, this franchise is not what it would have been without John Elway. And that's just from a player perspective. And even some of the things he did as a GM, responsible for bringing in Peyton Manning and building that super team in 2014 that helped him win it all in 2015. Defense has been fine. They've given up a big play or two, but defense has been fine. They've been all over Rattler's face. They've been fine. They just sharpen Atlanta. That's sick. And again, Peyton Manning. But if you look at it from just an objective perspective, I mean, there's no answer really other than John Elway. Free offensive record known to man. That was one of the best offenses in NFL history. So yeah, 2013. Best Broncos team overall, at least in my lifetime, I would say the 2012 team. They were a Raheem Moore away from going to back-to-back Super Bowls, I feel like.
Instead of calling for a handoff to running back David Montgomery, Lions quarterback.
Too early. All right, let's see if they want to go for it here on fourth down. How do you feel about Justin Sternad not playing too much? Yeah, that's definitely something I question a little bit because he's been a really good tackler. But they clearly have been trying to get Quan Alexander some action. And Cody Barton's played a good football game so far. All right, guys, just a reminder, we will be taking a brief intermission. That was because of the emergency from 35 yards out to put New Orleans on the board. And he is successful in doing so. So the New Orleans Saints grace the score. Denver Broncos going to be looking to go down. Let's see if that helps it. Back now? Okay. Appreciate you guys rocking with me through this crap. Hopefully my internet gets itself together here soon. Alright, let's see if this is going to help it. Yeah. Alright, Denver Broncos, minute 52 and 1 timeout to work with. Chat's more entertaining than Al Michaels. Yeah, definitely feel like Al is on the downswing of his career. Sucks too because Al Michaels, my favorite announcer of all time historically. Screen, Javonte Williams. Oh, this might be Al's last year. I believe this is his last year of his contract, and I don't think it would be beneficial for Amazon to move back forward with him. I think that probably it should be Noah Eagle and Greg Olsen if they were to get like a dream team. Both of those guys are rising stars in the industry. 2nd and 2. Nix off target over the middle, incomplete. Threw it behind Devon Vele. 3rd down and 2. Yeah, that was behind him. Could have been caught, but definitely not a great throw. Sean Payton calling in the signals. David, in an ideal world, they would go after David Njoku. That would be like the most ideal scenario. 3rd down and 2. Bunch formation to the bottom. Nix fires it over the middle, 1st down, and more. Lucas Kroll, and he's down just on the Denver side of midfield. And they're going hurry up here, trying to preserve their timeout. Good pickup there by the offensive line. That was nice. Nix in trouble, can't take a sack. He throws it away. Good job. Just dirts it at the feet of Javonte Williams. Great job. Yep.
He got lost in the shuffle with all those linemen there, but he was right there.
Yeah, you could have. Yeah, that was a good throwaway. That was a very good throwaway. Russell Wilson would have taken a sack. That wasn't intentional grounding because Javonte Williams was in the area. They were going to say there was a receiver in the area. Bo could just make the argument that, oh, I was just an inaccurate throw. 2nd and 10. Bottom of his drop. Bo throws it up there. Uh-oh. Oh, my God. Oh, yo, that was lucky. Had it right in the hands of Honey Badger Tyrann Mathieu. Oh, my God. He rolled out, and I don't know who he was even trying to throw to there. He looked like he threw it right to Tyrann Mathieu. He had 2 crossing receivers, and I don't even know who he was trying to throw to. Was it to Vele? But he threw that right to Tyrann Mathieu. I don't think Mathieu expected it. Oh, that was lucky. Nix checks it down. Marvin Mims slips a tackle. He's got a 1st down. He's out of bounds. Good job. Good job. 1st down. Gee whiz, dude. That isn't even one that you could put on Bo's mechanics. That was a bad decision. he didn't see Matthew lurking underneath. That was a bad decision.
That poor decision by Bo Nix.
Yeah, that was just a bad decision. Can't even say that was just bad mechanics. That was a bad decision. First and 10, 40 seconds left. They are at the 40-yard line of New Orleans. Saints showing blitz. They're coming. Bo fires. Come back. It's dropped. Marvin Mims needs to come back to the ball there. He needs to work back to the ball. Help your quarterback out. He's got to work back to the ball. That was not a good job by Mims. That had a chance to be a completion. He's got to come back to the ball. And, oh, you know what? Actually, he had it. He had it. That was just a drop. That was not a good job by Mims right there. Second down and 10. Trips to the left. Looked like they wanted to set up a screen. It's not there. Bo's going to take off. Pop your timeout. Pop your timeout. Pop your timeout. Pop your timeout. Yep, Sean does. All right, so Sean pops his timeout. It's third down. 25 seconds. Got to be very conservative here. You've got the field goal in your back pocket. Yeah, it just was not there. It was a plucky play. Good job by Bo kind of making chicken salad out of chicken feathers on that one. They kind of got away with one, though. It does look like a couple linemen were downfield. That might have been lucky. Third down and 7. Play clock's getting ready to start. Get on the field. Let's go. Get up. Come on. Let's freaking go. All right, it's third down and 7. At this point, try to get a chunk play over the middle, get up, clock it, and kick a field goal. Blitz. Bo rolls out. Just take it yourself. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. He gets out of bounds. That preserves the field goal. Good job. Out comes Lutz. 21 seconds. No timeouts left for Denver. Good job by Bo getting positive yardage, getting out of bounds, setting up this field goal try. Great job. So able to overcome that near interception. It's going to be a 52-yard try for Will Lutz and his return to the dome. Bad snap. Good job by Riley Dixon getting it down, and Will Lutz drills it. He has been money so far this year, and he continues that streak with 3 more points. Denver leads 16-3. Yep, I sure did, DB.
I have a surprise for you.
And Greg Zerline's normally one of the most reliable kickers in the business, too. But regardless, the Denver Broncos, that was a fairly well-executed drive. Had that scare there with the near Tyrann Mathieu pick, but able to overcome it. Good job by Marvin Mims being able to get that first down. Good job by Bo there at the end, getting up, being able to get up and get that extra yardage for Will Lutz. Made it an easier field goal. So now you're feeling pretty good right now. Still a 2-score game.
Well, they've had the ball almost 2/3 of the first half, controlling the pace, controlling the tempo, and they've run twice as many plays. Touchback.
All right. It's going to be a touchback. Probably just going to see a kneel down here. We will be going into a brief intermission, heading into halftime, guys. Be sure to keep it right here for second half action. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and dealing with all of these lagging issues thanks to my crappy internet. All right. Let's see. how New Orleans wants to play this. It looks like they're going to try something here. They got 16 seconds at the 30-yard line, 2 timeouts. They need to get a chunk play first. They just go underneath, and Kamara gets popped right away, and that should put all that to bed. Nope. New Orleans took a timeout. So Dennis Allen wants to try to get points here.
Take a timeout here. 11 seconds.
Yeah, hopefully as we get later into the evening, my internet is a little bit faster. That's historically how it's been. So let's hope that that's the scenario here, and I'm gonna go and talk to my apartment manager because I really do want to get my own internet in here. I have no clue, Maverick. No clue. Maybe they're trying to double up here because they do get the ball coming out at halftime. Try to get them back in this game, but I don't think this is the smartest move. This could risk a turnover. They just go underneath. Kamara makes another catch. They're going to pop another timeout and maybe give Spencer Rattler the opportunity to chuck one into the end zone here. Obviously, we saw Aaron Rodgers with a successful Hail Mary. Rodgers, one of the best Hail Mary merchants in the NFL.
Behind this wall right here at halftime. You hungry?
It depends. I got to see what this is tonight. We going King?
All things considered, I mean, don't get me wrong, Bo has not been great, but to give up on your rookie quarterback 7 games in, that's exactly why this franchise is in dire straits right now. 3rd and 4, and they're just going to take a knee. So, all those theatrics just to take a knee at the end of it. And the Saints fans are booing. That is hilarious, dude. All of those theatrics just to take a knee. All right, guys. Be sure to keep it right here for second half action. We are going into intermission. We will be back, guys. BK, I did see that breakdown. It was really good. Real quick, guys, I want to jump in on this conversation here. I'm going to come over. And we'll go ahead and bring this back in for a second. I want to jump in on this conversation because I see people asking, like, all things considered, why Bo's struggling so much with his accuracy. And it's really footwork and lower body mechanics. Also, just being skittish in the pocket. He doesn't trust his protection. The good news is all of those things are very correctable and very coachable. And Bo has plenty of time to fix that. So you can't sit here 7 games into his career and say that that's not fixable, because it is. It's just going to take time, and it's a process that you're going to have to work through. And there are going to be times where it's painful to watch, but the Broncos are still finding ways to win football games. Knock on wood, they've still got to have to go here, but that's kind of my little halftime jump in. I'm going to go and step away for one more second. I'll be back for the rest of the second half. Okay, I'm back. All things considered, you are totally making sense. You are totally making sense. But the difference is, it's not fair to the game to compare the college game to the high school game and the NFL game. It's just not fair. They're completely different levels of the game. The speed of the game is completely different. College, you really see just the downgrade in overall quality of play, overall quality of opponent that you're going against. The NFL is a completely different animal. That's why these guys get paid millions upon millions of dollars to do this. Defenders are just that much quicker in the NFL. Coverage guys are just that much quicker. Rushers are just that much quicker. It's literally Bo, to an extent, getting used to the speed of the NFL game. And that's why I feel like he gets rushed in his footwork and stuff like that, because I think right now the game is just moving too fast for him. That's something that comes with time. Patrick Mahomes, he said it himself, he didn't know how to read defenses until his 3rd year in the NFL. He had to rely on pure raw talent, and we're seeing Bo Nix do that. The problem is he doesn't have the same amount of pure raw talent as a guy like Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen. Bo Nix is actually doing what you want him to do as a rookie quarterback. If the play isn't there, use your best asset, and that's your legs to take off and go get the first down. If you don't like what you're seeing, even if it's a well schemed up play, use your legs to go get the first down. We're seeing that. And we're seeing flashes of Bo Nix being able to go through his progressions, deliver the ball on time in rhythm. It just needs to be more consistent. The footwork needs to be more consistent. The pocket presence and the pocket feel needs to be more consistent. And that's something that's going to take time to develop. And quite frankly, it may never develop. But at the end of the day, quarterbacks are going to lean on what they do well early on in their career while they still learn how to play the position. Bo Nix, he doesn't know how to play the position yet, as my cat is bombing this video. Come here, kitty. Oh, I know. Sorry, Frosty. No, it's not sustainable, but it's something you can lean on for now until Bo Nix develops as a passer. That's going to take time. It's going to take more than just one season, but I get it, man. It's frustrating because Broncos country's been waiting so long. They want instant success. In this day and age of the NFL, we're seeing rookie quarterbacks like C.J. Stroud, like Jaden Daniels come out right away and have instant success. But at the end of the day, there's only one or two of those guys in the draft every single year. Frosty, get down, child. There's only one or two of those guys in the draft pretty much any given year. And the Broncos have never been in position to get one of those guys. I'm on the record this past offseason saying Jaden Daniels was going to be that kind of difference maker, but it was very clear early in the process that Washington, when they had the second overall pick, they were going to go after Jaden Daniels. It was a conclusion already that Caleb was going number 1 and that Jaden was going to go number 2. And unfortunately, when you have quarterbacks who are just that toolsy, they're going to find success right away. All right. Is that better, guys? No. Fixed? All right, are we fixed? The cat is trying to sabotage. Sorry about that, guys. This stream has been an absolute disaster tonight. I do apologize. This has been an absolute disaster, and I do apologize for that. This has not been the production quality that I hold myself to, the standard I hold myself to. I do apologize for that. Volume's a little low. All right, is that better? I don't want to go too high. Yeah, that was me trying the mic. Yeah, I don't know if it got unplugged or what. That was weird.
Especially in Raptors' case where he's been inactive the first 5 weeks of the season, played last week.
I'm now deaf. You'll be hearing from my lawyer. Well, unfortunately, we're still a startup company, so if you sue, you're going to take everything we have. What the hell? All right. Is that better?
Well, we were better tackling, but we still got a lot of things that we got to fix and got to correct. You know.
Sorry about that, guys. That I'm very ticked off right now.
But really, the biggest thing's been the quarterback. The quarterback's been able to run and get out and scramble.
And seriously, Kat, why are you giving me the death stare? I don't know what the hell you want, dude.
You know, he's done some good things.
Yeah, I'm not happy, guys. I'm not happy at all. Apologies for all headphone users. Meanwhile, right out the gate, a dropped pass from Cedric Wilson. Trying to hit him on an out route and went right through his mitts. Well, Maverick, you just missed some really bad static on my audio. You just missed some horrible, horrible static. And I'm still worried my audio is crap. I know, BK, it still pisses me off, though. I expect better quality. Rattler swings it out to Kamara, and he gets about 6. Bring up third down.
So let me ask you, what do? Do you put Hainer at some point in this game? I mean, you know, you got a rookie, you got Rattler.
My mic glows, too. But it's a crappy mic, and I definitely want to get something like a Rode mic or something like that. 3rd and 7. Yeah, get like a Rode mic with one of those little fluffy things they put on it. I think it's called a dead cat. Broken up. It was there, but that was a good job. That was Damari Mathis who's back in there seeing some action.
Well, Mathis is back. It's
Good to see him back out there and making a play right away. He's pressed up against Johnson. Good hands right at the beginning there, and he finishes with the PBU. That was awesome technique right there by Damari Mathis. That was fantastic. We saw Mathis making some good plays in training camp, and that was another really good one right there.
Second half with a 39-second 3-and-out. And he was kicked, fielded.
And here comes Marvin Mims on the punt return, able to slip through some contact, and Mims returns it to about the 34-yard line.
I think the first half did the most positive thing.
Yeah, I actually think we're going to see a new and improved Mathis this year, knock on wood. He showed the signs during this offseason that his technique had significantly improved, and that was his biggest issue, was his technique. And to an extent, that's Bo Nix's biggest problem right now, is his technique and his footwork. And good news is, all that stuff is coachable, and you can clean it up.
Holes and not making Bo Nix like last
Yeah, that's true, Maverick. That was so long ago, it's not even fresh on my mind anymore. First and 10, they come out in the pistol. Looked like a little RPO right there. They give it to Williams, bouncing off tackles again. Where has this Javonte Williams been? Good vision, bouncing off tackles? Dude, this Saints run defense is garbage, but Williams, this is like a new and improved Javonte. He broke that tackle and had great vision, found the hole and exploited it. That was fantastic. You're good with spoiling, man. It's all right. Actually shows me what to look for on the next play, so you're all good. But I know some people in the chat might not be a big fan, so if we could keep it to a limit, that'd be good. First and 10. Handoff to Estime. Good vision by Estime again, slithering through, getting a gain of 5 or 6.
121 rushing yards.
Not to get into the minutia as far as
Well, again, this Saints run defense is garbage. It is really, really bad. They're bottom feeders in almost every single statistic. Yeah, Maverick, they are. They are the bottom feeders of the league. They're pretty much like Denver was last year. Like, this reminds me so much of the Denver Broncos early season last year. I mean, look at this! Jaleel McLaughlin! Oh, damn! One tackle. He could have gone to the house. That's the second time the Saints defense stopped a house call, and I think it was Tyrann Mathieu again. Bro, that was the Jaleel McLaughlin that I know and love. Oh, great block by McGlinchey. Great block by Forsyth. Great block by Powers. Dude, had the Honey Badger not caught him right there, that would have been a house call. Dude, second time today the Saints defense has gotten a big-time tackle. Credit to them, but Tyrann Mathieu has single-handedly saved you from 2 scores. And they ride the ground game again. Williams, trying to grind through some contact, gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Hey, man, you're taking advantage of a beat-up opponent. This is taking care of business right here. Now you just have to finish. It's been a good drive. You're moving the ball, but you've got to capitalize with points. Broncos are winning the battle up front, again, against a wounded opponent. That is exactly what you want. Nix pulls it down. Ooh, man, that was tight coverage right there. Troy Franklin on that one. The corner closed down quick. Yep, got to keep the foot on the gas and make this Saints defense run out of gas. 3rd down and 5. Sean Payton trying to control the tempo of this game. Don't go too fast, but don't go too slow either. They broke the huddle in a good, timely manner. When I play Madden, I always like to break the huddle with about 17 seconds. That gives me enough time to motion somebody if I need to. adjust my protection, and then get the snap off at about 2 seconds. Bo. End zone. Lofting it for Humphrey. It's incomplete. It looked like Humphrey had a chance on that one. Tried to go back shoulder upstairs. Humphrey climbed the ladder. He had a chance. He just can't quite fight through the contact. That's good coverage. That is really good coverage by number 1. Yeah, that's Alontae Taylor. Oh, that's a great job playing the ball, man. Humphrey had a shot. But, yeah, that's a great play by Taylor. Got to give him his flowers there. 38 yards for Will. And drills it right down the middle. So, Denver Broncos increase their lead to 16, 10-24 left to play. Broncos lead, left to play in the third quarter. Broncos lead 19-3. Big Lutz nuts, big nuts Lutz, baby. Dude's definitely going to get a game ball tonight. So once again, Broncos drive stalls out there. That was just a good defensive play, man. Bo was trying to be aggressive and go for the home run. I'll have to see the tape to see if he had anything underneath, but that looked like just a design shot. Take advantage of a one-on-one matchup right there. Credit to the defender. He won the matchup. But regardless, first possession coming out of halftime, you get 3 points. Feeling pretty good about that. Overall, I'd say the Denver Broncos doing a pretty good job taking care of business. You just can't leave those plays on the field. Starts off again with Bo Nix and his bad feet. Got to get his lower body mechanics cleaned up. That will unlock a lot of what Bo Nix can do if he's got consistent footwork. Field goals are touchdowns, fair enough, but hey man, points are points, and I will gladly take them. Especially with this Saints offense really struggling to generate much production. So at this point, if you can get a 19-3 lead, you're feeling pretty comfortable right now. Obviously, knock on wood, still got a lot of game. Yep, Black Ops 6. Never thought I'd see the day. Yep, the curse of 16, man. Oh, God. And still having to watch that New York Jets offense. Even though Nathaniel Hackett's not the play caller anymore, you still see those same operational issues, all the pre-snap penalties. Yeah, Lutz would be the highest scorer. I mean, kickers are pretty much always the highest scorers of the season on a football team. So, yeah, definitely Lutz would be. And Broncos have had to settle for a lot of field goals. I don't really have a good answer for you, BK. I'll have to look at the tape and see. Yeah, I don't know, but clearly Sutton's not getting a lot of looks. It's been Franklin, a lot of Vele. I'm interested to see if they put Marvin Mims in the backfield again. I was really intrigued with what they could do there, because clearly they're trying to set up something there. If you could get him in the backfield and get him matched up one-on-one on a linebacker, oh, it's over. So clearly Sean wanted to set something up by showing that look. I'm very curious to see if we see that look again, if they can maybe get an explosive play off of it. Drew Brees. What a legend. Love you, Drew. Love you, buddy. There are 2 non-Broncos that I want to get jerseys of. I want to get a Drew Brees jersey, and I want to get a Tom Brady Buccaneers jersey. Make it very clear, heavy emphasis on Buccaneers there. I loathe the Patriots, but I love Tom Brady. Oh, I don't know why I muted that. 1st and 10. Pitch to Kendre Miller. Miller able to hurdle Bronco defender on the ground and get stuffed up after a gain of 3.
Surgery, and then you have a choice of, I think Miami turned you down because of the shoulder. New Orleans.
Your internet's still down, David?
You got a new coach. You don't even know if you can play in this building.
Because I hate the Patriots, Maverick. I love Tom Brady, but I hate the Patriots. So it would definitely have to be a Brady Buccaneers jersey. dude, that sucks. Oh, blown up in the backfield. PJ Locke coming downhill, laying the lumber on Alvin Kamara. That was a nasty shot. Seriously.
Not just about football. Just what does this region mean to you because of the success you had on the football field and what it meant to this?
PJ Locke working Ace Hardware because he just delivered the lumber on that one.
This community, this fan base, it shaped us all. And all the guys that were part of this journey and building the
3rd down and 11 from the 29.
Until, we all retired, we experienced some incredible things together, but we were made better.
Protection breaks down. Time runs out. Rattler rushes it, but there's a flag down at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be on the Saints. Looked like an illegal formation.
What do you think so far of your rookie quarterback here, Rattler?
So that is going to go on New Orleans. Denver's going to probably decline the
I
penalty.
think it really fits his strengths well because it gets him on the move. It sets up a ton of play action where I think that's when he's at his best.
Yep. So another punt coming here for New Orleans. D-Rock, welcome back, dude.
That first home game for people that aren't from this region.
Yeah.
We watched it. What was that like?
I can visualize it right now.
The Rats not looking good against our D. That's what this defense can do, man. They can shut you down. They're rising to the task today. All right, offense. Let's go downfield. Let's put this one away. Matthew Hayball punts it away. The left-footed booter. Broncos fell down on that one. One of the gunners. He absolutely hit the deck. I hope he's okay.
Like a minute and a half into the game, right? And
Let's see if there's a Bronco injury on this because somebody hit the deck hard. We'd have more turnovers if we had PS2. Yeah, facts. Definitely. PS2 probably would have had a pick 6 by now. Yep, the defense is holding up, man. They're taking care of business against a battered and bruised opponent. And some analysts might have an asterisk on this win because the Saints are so beat up. Assuming this is a win, knock on wood, obviously. Still a lot of football left. But if this is indeed a win, then there's no asterisk because the Broncos took care of business and beat an opponent they were supposed to beat. But again, still have a long way to go. It's not over till the fat lady sings. Good snare! Lucas Kroll climbs the imaginary ladder. Finally seeing some plays from the tight end position. Dude, Lucas Kroll is easily the best tight end that this team has. He hasn't been great this year. He has not been great, but tonight he's showing up. Good to see, man. If we can finally get somebody to step up in this damn tight end room, I will be pleased. But even if Kroll rises to the occasion, I still want them to go out and trade for a guy like David Njoku. Njoku could be a difference maker on offense. Oh, good little weave through traffic right there by Jaleel McLaughlin. Gain of 5.
For the Denver fans, Bo Nix is a rookie.
Broncos are commanding the line of scrimmage right now and doing pretty much whatever they want to in the run game.
Played for Sean. Looked at his physical ability. I'm going back
Got your radio on, right on.
to Joe Tiller.
I'm assuming it's Westwood 1. Hopefully you're getting a good announcer. I think, is it Ian Eagle who calls Thursday night games?
And how he's a no-nonsense guy.
Not sure, but you should be getting a good announcing crew on the radio. 2nd and 4. Franklin goes in motion. Weaving through some traffic again. Lowering his shoulders, Javonte Williams. About a yard short of the line to gain. 3rd down and manageable coming up. Yep, thus far, Denver's taking care of their business. But, again, they've got to keep it up. They can't let their foot off the gas. They can't let New Orleans get back into this game. They've got to put this game away. If this game can finish favorably for Denver, you're feeling really good going against Carolina next week. Coming off of a mini bye. Oh, quarterback power. Let's go. Bo Nix is off to the races. 1st down and more. Bo Nix down inside the 5. Oh, that was a great job. That was a well-designed quarterback power.
To go to the field, and then they're
Or actually, no, it's more quarterback sweep. Yeah, that's QB sweep. Get Garrett Bowles out in front. Get Forsythe out front to lead the way. Yeah, that's quarterback sweep. I love that. Literally, just get all that motion out in front right there. Get those blockers leading the way. And let Bo Nix ride the ride behind him. Love it. Bo Nix, RB1. Williams. He's in. Touchdown, Denver. Broncos with a statement drive right there. They just went downfield and commanded the line of scrimmage. That was a freaking great drive. Hell yeah. Let's go, brother. Yeah. That was a statement drive. Absolute statement drive. There goes the webcam. Oh, look at that surge. I gotta say, man, Mike McGlinchey has brought something that has been lacking to this run game. He really has. Gotta give McGlinchey some love, and it is now a 23-point game. So, the Denver Broncos were down by 23 points in the third quarter last week, and now they lead by 23 points in the third quarter today. Definitely feeling a lot better after this game, man. The Broncos are taking advantage of a beat-up, battered, bruised opponent, and they're laying the wood on them. Absolutely. I mean, listen, man, this Saints team, if the Broncos lost to this team, the overreactions in Denver, I wouldn't even say overreactions, the reactions in Denver would be the complete opposite. They couldn't take care of business. They are taking care of business. This is what we expected to see against a bad football team, because right now the Saints are a bad football team. The Broncos are taking care of that business. Gabe says Williams still running indecisive tonight, but I'm happy with the results. I think it's been better than previous weeks, though. He's actually bounced off contact a couple of times and hasn't just run straight into a brick wall. So I will say it's at least been better from my perspective. Especially considering how bad it's been these last few weeks. I mean, yeah, I definitely think it's been overall better. Yeah, I mean, this is one of those wins, man, where you're going in on the road, beating an opponent that you should beat handily, and they still have a chance to pound on even more points here. The Broncos defense, now that they're up by 3 scores, they can kind of play with their hair on fire a little bit, and they can be even more aggressive. I think this could be one of those games that could end 31-3, or, well, 33-3, I guess it would be, but still, man, this has got a chance here to really get ugly for New Orleans quick. They didn't lose Chris Olave for the season, Robert. They lost Rashid Shaheed for the season. Olave's got a concussion. He should be back sooner rather than later. It was the same situation as Pat Surtain, where since he got concussed on Sunday and the game's on Thursday, he wasn't going to have enough time to clear the protocol. It takes 5 days at minimum to clear the protocol, so yeah, Olave's going to be back, but Rashid Shaheed is a big loss for this Saints team. A big loss. He's their speed merchant, actually leads the team in receiving yards. He tore his meniscus, and he's out for the year, which really does suck for them. Mason Tipton, though, he had that chance deep downfield. It was good coverage by Riley Moss. He also was holding hands with him, it looked like. Mason Tipton, undrafted free agent out of Yale. He's got 4.33 speed, so keep an eye on him, because the Saints, they need an explosive play, and they need one quick. They might try to force it to Tipton. Will Lutz with that little pop-up kick there, and it's fielded at the 4-yard line, and he does not get to the 20. Great coverage by Denver there on that kickoff.
Number 1, off to a good start in his pro career. Daniels 2, May got a start last week. Penix is understudying Cousins. Then you had
Yeah, Rashid is a game-breaking difference maker. I think this score could be very different if they had Rashid Shaheed out there. So Rattler, 12 for 18 for 89 yards so far. Off play action, he's able to get out of trouble, and he skips that one. Flutters it wide of, I believe that was Jawan Johnson. So it's been pretty rough going so far for this Saints offense. Rattler's elusive. Got to give him credit. He's got that ability to escape sacks, much like Bo Nix does. Yep, Cortland's been shut down. Credit to Marshawn Lattimore. I don't know if they're double teaming him as well, but from what it looks like, Lattimore's just taking him away. 2nd down and 10. Pressure coming from the right side. Rattler throws, comebacker. That's complete. Short of the line to gain is Cedric Wilson. 3rd down and 1 coming up.
And grew, you know, and I think now he gets into the NFL, and I think he's going to sit behind.
3rd down and a very frustrated New Orleans Saints crowd. The Boo Birds are flying down. 3rd and 1. They toss it. And, oh, man, that's close. I don't think he got there. Oh, that's a generous spot. I don't think Jamal Williams got that. It looked like his forward progress was stopped behind the line of scrimmage. I do not like that. I don't know if it's worth a challenge by Sean Payton. Broncos haven't been very good on challenges this year, but that did look like it was short of the line to gain. Caught on the rollout. Number 84, is that Tipton? 2nd down and 2.
That was Tipton making that catch as an 8-yard gain. 2nd down and 2. Rattlers 14.
Handoff again. Trying to get this run game going with Jamal Williams, and they do. Williams into the secondary. Tackle made by Jaquan McMillan near the midfield stripe. Can't let off the gas defensively here. Starting to get gashed in the run game a little bit. Can't have that happen. 1st and 10 from the Denver 49. Rattler on a rollout. Rattler looking. He's going to run it for, looks like a gain of 3. There's a flag down. And more boos from the Saints fans. And it's holding on the Saints. So the Saints shoot themselves in the foot. Foster Moreau, the guilty party on that one.
For the Saints offensive line, left guard Nick Saldivari is out of the game with a shoulder injury.
Oh man, more offensive line injuries. Kyle Hergel. Out of Boston College, a rookie. Oh boy, New Orleans is in trouble. So now the Saints are down to, I believe, their 3rd string left guard, along with their 3rd string center and a false start by the right guard. Landon Young, the guilty party. Yeah, New Orleans is imploding. Will PS2 play next game? He should. Assuming he has no setbacks in the concussion protocol, should be good to go next week. Especially with the long week. Definitely should be ready to go coming out of that mini bye. Still can't sack Rattler. That's more of a credit to Rattler getting out of quite a few of them. Dude's elusive. Got to give him credit. He's got that natural athleticism to him. Spencer, underneath there. Denver's starting to play soft a little bit. Mason Tipton makes the reception. 2nd down. 2nd and 18. Spencer again just goes underneath. Denver's giving him that yardage all day. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and long. And more laundry is down. And I think this might Drag you back even more. Yep, looks like Malcolm Roach, hands to the face on the Saints. Malcolm Roach had his helmet removed.
It's like you just heard Kaylee talk about Kyle Herbal coming in.
What's wrong with Baron Browning? I mean, dude's missed a couple of tackles for sure.
At the end of the game, he gets his hands up high on DJ Jones. Actually, that's not DJ, that's Malcolm Roach, who's a former Saint.
2nd down and 28. Not ideal. Penalties have been pretty clean tonight. Only 3 Denver penalties for 15 yards, 4 for 30 for New Orleans. Spencer, oh my God, he's sacked. Zach Allen just destroyed him. Oh no, that was JFM. John Franklin Myers with a sack. Let's go. The Broncos' biggest acquisition of this offseason, both figuratively and literally. He is a big dude, and he absolutely clowns the right guard, Landon Young. This is getting ugly fast for New Orleans. Can't protect. Rattlers put the ball in harm's way. Yeah, man, this is starting to get bad. 3rd and 34. Strong formation to the right side. They just try to get a screen set up. They do. Bob Means staying on his feet. Gets it to the 40, but that's obviously going to be well short of the line to gain. And New Orleans will punt this football away. Dude, this Saints team is bad. They are not good. Bo Nix getting ready to go back out. 4th down and 20. At this point for Denver, just run it down their throat. Limit their possessions heading forward and get out of here with a win. In this game, Bronco fan, a Bronco player just had his helmet slammed to the ground. Malcolm Roach, that hands to the face. Flags down. That's probably going to be on the Broncos. Way more often than not, it's on the receiving team. Peyton's talking to Mike Westhoff and Ben Kotwicka, 2 special teams coordinators.
What we've seen here so far in these first 3 quarters.
What happened to their week 1 and 2 form? I mean, part of it was certainly injuries. Illegal formation on the Saints. And add 5 yards to the end of the play. Oh, I remember, Bronco fan. I know exactly what you were talking about. I was saying you're not seeing Bronco fans slam their helmet to the ground. You're seeing Saints slam Broncos helmets to the ground in this one. Yeah, they're literally without their quarterback, their top 2 receivers, basically their entire offensive line, and Taysom Hill, who literally does a little bit of everything for him, from wildcat quarterback to running back to tight end. Like, they're so decimated with injuries that it's hard to overcome that. They're basically starting a practice squad offense right now. Yeah, and their defense also has some injuries. They suffered a pretty bad one tonight with Paulson Adebo. He was their top tackler on their year as a corner. 10 pass breakups, 3 interceptions. Paulson Adebo was having a dominant type of year, and now he is out for probably the season based on the optics of the injury. It did not look good at all for Adebo. So the Saints are just decimated right now. Like, heading into this game, heading into this matchup, if Denver didn't do what they're doing tonight, I was going to be concerned and really freaking pissed off, honestly. I'm trying not to cuss right now, but I was going to be mad because this is such a favorable matchup on paper for Denver, and we're seeing in practice it's a favorable matchup. Defensively, they're smothering them. The Saints can't do anything on offense right now. Oh, hell yeah, DJ. Let's go, dude. I really wanted to get down there for that game, but financially it just wasn't going to time out right. Us YouTubers, we get paid on the 21st, so just wasn't going to time out, unfortunately. I was a little bit ticked off that I wasn't able to make it down to New Orleans for this one. But representing the Syndicate fam out there in the stadium. if anything, maybe this good Denver showing keeps Browns versus Broncos from Monday Night Football from getting flexed down to prime time. It might. I mean, the Browns are putrid bad, and that's at the time of the year where they have a lot of good matchups. So I don't know, but I do think Denver might get another playoff game later in the year. Cincinnati seems like a prime candidate because that could very easily be like a play-in to get into the playoffs type of game. Yeah, that early November stretch, got to go to Kansas City, got to go to Baltimore, you got Atlanta at home. That is going to be tough for sure, but that's when we're going to really find out what this team's made of. Tonight, we found out that this team is going to be able to beat the opponents they should beat on paper. Meanwhile, that's going to be no doubt a holding call. There's a flag in the backfield. Complete to Devon Vele, but definitely going to be a holding call. Bo trying to extend the play, and sometimes that's what happens when you try to extend a play. Javonte Williams, the guilty party. Dude, Ashton Jeanty would be sick. I'm normally not in favor of taking a running back in the first round, but Ashton Jeanty might be that dude. Ah, Patrick Nix watching this one on TV from Alabama. Bo's mom's in the house, though. Yep. Tez Johnson, he's been tearing it up for Oregon this year. Would be cool if the Broncos could get Tez Johnson. Handoff to Jaleel McLaughlin. Big burst from Jaleel. Gets it to the 20-yard line, trying to push him forward for some extra yards. We saw a couple of bullcrap calls in the Chargers game where it looked like Denver had stopped them with forward progress stopped, and they let the play keep going, and the Chargers pushed him forward a little bit. Yes, Tez Johnson, of course. Bo Nix's adopted brother. Plays for the University of Oregon. Would be very cool if the Broncos could get him. Because I actually think Tez has some really good traits to him, and I think that he's got some NFL caliber traits. Yeah, he could almost be like a Jahmyr Gibbs kind of guy, but kind of like Maverick is saying, he might be gone before Denver's drafting. Like, he's going to probably go pretty early. It might be another Bijan Robinson situation where you just have to take the back early. Again, I'm normally not a big fan of drafting a running back in the first round, but there are special cases where I will make an exception for that rule, and Ashton Jeanty would definitely be one of those exceptions. For sure. All right, so offensively, we've really seen this run game open up in the second half. Take advantage of this beat-to-crap Saints run defense that is literally bottom tier in almost every single category in the NFL. Yeah, so I think that this is a matchup that on paper favored the Broncos, and it's good to see them actually taking advantage of those matchups that do favor them on paper. And again, they're beating an opponent that they should beat soundly. It's this that gives you the promise that this team actually has potential to be a playoff team. This defense is truly a shutdown defense, and they're able to shut this Saints offense down without Pat Surtain. I was worried that not having Pat Surtain was going to come back to bite Denver a little bit, but so far, so good. Yeah, Jeanty to New England would make a lot of sense, but they need everything at this point. They need offensive line, receiver, running back, tight end. Like, they need everything. That offense is so bad. If they're smart, they invest in the offensive line. They need to get Drake May some protection. May's going to die out there behind that offensive line.
start the fourth quarter.
Beautiful shot of the moon. Super moon.
Over the Superdome.
Super moon over the Superdome.
Jackson, possum up the moon. Yeah. Beware possums, baby, with that. Look out, alligators, you name it. Oh, man.
Kim says, I miss K'Wan Williams. Hey, man, Jaquan McMillan's been awesome, though. Like, awesome, awesome. 2nd and 10 from the 21, and pass caught right there. Little Jordan Humphrey gets it a little shy of the 25, bringing up a 3rd down and about 6. Lattimore out hamstring. Oh, boy. Oh, God, dude. I'm starting to feel bad for the Saints. I really am. Like, this is bad. This feels like 2022 Broncos bad. It really does. Their whole damn team is injured. Oh, so Paulson Adebo went to the hospital. Sounds like fracture situation for him. Meanwhile, Bo Nix going to weave forward. Gains 2. Denver's going to have to punt this ball. 2020 49ers, yeah. Literally, dude, this is bad. Their whole damn team is injured. So, Denver's going to take this clock down pretty much all the way here. 13:45 to play in the 4th quarter. They're concerned about bone stability. Oh, yeah. I mean, you could tell his leg was bending in a funny way when he first went down. Like, it was... Yeah, it was ugly. Riley Dixon punts it away. Not his best. Fair caught at about the 23-yard line. So, Denver Broncos with a fairly commanding 26-3 lead. Broncos were down by 23 in the 4th quarter last week. They are now up by 23 in the 4th quarter this week. I like Thursday games. Helps with the football withdrawal throughout the week. I'm on the fence about Thursday games, honestly, because I do like having that extra NFL game. Don't get me wrong, but the injuries and overall just the lower quality of play on Thursday night makes it, I feel like, an inferior product. And I know players hate Thursday night games. There are some situations where they can really benefit your team, like the Broncos this week, where they were coming off of a really bad, ugly loss to the Chargers. It helps them flush it out of your system quickly and move on to your next opponent, a very beatable opponent. So in this case, I actually think that having that quick turnaround and basically being able to burn the tape from that Chargers game really did help the Broncos this week. But overall, I would say, on the whole, I am not a big fan of Thursday games. Thanksgiving, obviously, that's tradition. That's something that's always going to be there. Football is synonymous with Thanksgiving. I don't even think I've had a proper Thanksgiving in several years covering the NFL, and I'm okay with that. My family knows that too. They're okay with it. They know that football's that Thanksgiving's a football day for me. It's a work day for me. But yeah, man, that's something that's always going to be there and something I'll always appreciate. But on the whole, I'm not a huge fan of these short turnarounds where guys have to get healthy quickly. If this game would have been on Sunday, Pat Surtain likely would have played. We're seeing that it honestly isn't making much of a difference, but still, overall, just for player health reasons, I really am not a big fan of Thursday night games. Why are there more injuries, less time from previous week? Yep, exactly. You don't have as much time to recover. A lot of guys will tell you that they don't really start feeling like themselves again after a game until Friday, sometimes even Saturday. It's a very fast turnaround for Thursday. It's just not right because it's the equivalent of basically being in a car crash every single week when you play football. And you're asking these players to recover from a car crash in basically 3 days and go back out there and get in another car crash. That's why we see injuries galore on Thursday Night Football, because you just don't have time to recover. 1st and 10 from the 24. Out into the flats, that is Mason Tipton. Lowering his shoulder, close to the line to gain. Looks like he picked up 9.
Defense, and they're playing well tonight against the Saints
Yeah, Phil Milani, I believe at the beginning, or at the end of last year, I believe, is when he left the team. He's now got his own podcast covering the Broncos, so he's gone independent. That's the cool thing about YouTube. Meanwhile, Rattler misses to the outside there, 3rd down and 1 coming up. The cool thing about YouTube is, like, everybody can get in on the action on YouTube. From a guy like me, who is an aspiring young analyst, to guys like Phil Milani, who've covered the team, to Darren McKee, who has covered the team for a long time, to even players. They're starting to get in on the action on YouTube. Coaches, John Gruden, Bill Belichick, they've all got shows on YouTube now. That's the cool thing about this platform, is that we can all be on the same platform. Guys like me who are small startup analysts to the top dogs of the game. Meanwhile, we got a completion to Bob Means. I believe this is his first completion of the night. A lot of people thought he was going to get a lot of looks tonight, but he's been pretty quiet. Maverick, former content creator. Right on. I didn't know that, dude. Oh, man. Nick Bonito. Let's go. Beats the left tackle clean and dumps Rattler in the backfield. Let's go, baby. Nick Bonito's been on a tear this year. This dude is playing his way into a contract extension. He is playing some awesome football. Just dips low and beats the left tackle clean. Here he comes again. Nick Bonito giving chase. Rattler, good job completing that one. Able to get it to Tipton. Jaquan McMillan's there to meet him immediately. That brings up 3rd down. Casa Bonito, baby. Dude has been great. He is definitely playing his way towards a contract extension. I enjoyed that Aaron Rodgers sarcastic ball comment. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. And he was right. Everything he said there was 100% correct. So even a broken clock's right twice a day. 3rd and 13. They bring a twist up front. It gets home. Zach Allen with another sack. And Denver is shutting down the Saints. This is a shutdown. Poor Houdat Nation. I genuinely like the Saints. I love Saints fans. I have nothing against the Saints whatsoever. I genuinely feel terrible. That is the 4th sack of the night. We might have another Shaq Barrett situation with all the pass rushers. I definitely think that the one who's on his way out at this point is Baron Browning. With the injuries, it's just to a point where the Broncos can't pay him moving forward, I feel like. Plus, Cooper's played so well. I think it was always going to be a choice between Cooper and Browning for who gets the extension. Both of them in contract years this year. And I think to this point, Cooper has earned it. The Chiefs can be beat. You have to have Surtain on Worthy. 100%. This Chiefs team has shown that they're vulnerable, and I actually think the Broncos match up very well against the Chiefs. They've historically given the Chiefs problems. They just haven't been able to close out the games against them. The last time they played them in that Week 8 game in Denver, the Chiefs gave them several opportunities to not get out of the game, essentially, from... How many sacks does Denver have this season? I don't have an exact number off the top of my head, but they do have a lot. Chiefs offense has looked stiff this season. They have. They haven't been the same dynamic Chiefs offense that we're used to seeing. Their defense has definitely been their best element of their team. Yeah, Maverick says the same thing. Their defense has been really good. Steve Spagnuolo has that unit flying around. They're a young, really solid team on defense, but offensively, man, they're just not the same. Travis Kelce looks like Father Time might be catching up with them. And they don't have a dynamic run game right now. Isaiah Pacheco being hurt certainly doesn't help that. And Patrick Mahomes has been inconsistent this year. I think it's fair to say objectively that he has not played his best ball this year. So overall, man, the Chiefs are not playing their best ball, and yet they're still undefeated on the year. So that just goes to show. Actually surprised they weren't in on a potential Amari Cooper trade. I thought that would have made a lot of sense for them. Davante Adams made it Jets, and the Jets were clearly way more desperate. Unfortunately for the Saints, had it happened a couple of days later, they might have been the ones who would have been desperate enough with now having Rashid Shaheed out for the season. Saints' run defense has allowed 485 yards in the last 7 quarters. I remember when the Broncos did that last year. That was terrible. Javonte Williams bounces to the outside. Williams, first down and a lot more out of bounds. Gain of 16 yards. Javonte Williams is running very well tonight. And there was a hold. Nate Atkins. Bring it back. So still too many times the Broncos have shot themselves in the foot tonight. They've left some plays out there on the field. This being one of them. Obviously, they had a defensive touchdown that was wiped out by DJ Jones being offsides. So still plenty to clean up. Bo Nix not been perfect in this game. But he hasn't put the ball in harm's way outside of that Tyrann Mathieu dropped interception. And he's done what he's needed to do so far. But running the ball and being able to make things easier for your offense to overall operate, that's going to help out Bo. Unfortunately, right there, you had a spring in the leak. Orgy comes in the backfield again. That's the second time we've heard his name tonight. It's going to bring up a second down and long. At this point, Denver's basically just trying to bleed out the clock and get out of here. Just play keep away. Yeah, this is really the first time we've seen Denver get behind the chains on offense, which is good. But they've still left a couple of plays out there, which I don't like. 9:21 left. And that pass is batted at the line of scrimmage. We've seen a few batted passes this year for this Broncos offense. Offensive linemen will tell you that a batted pass is generally on the line. You want the lineman to be able to get his hand up, punch the defender in the stomach, and get him down. Prevent him from being able to jump up and bat down the pass. So, generally, when I see a batted pass, I put it on the offensive line. Third down and 19. They're just going to run a draw. Give it to Williams down at the 15. Denver is going to punt. Under 9 minutes left to play. So this game has gotten away from New Orleans very quickly. Yeah, not bad. Only a third punt for Denver offensively. Not bad at all. Yeah, at this point, Denver's just trying to run the ball and bleed the clock down. They've got a commanding lead in this one. Just get out of here with the win. Yeah, Baltimore on the road, that's one where Denver's going to have to basically pull out a miracle in order to win. However, we said the same thing last year when they played Buffalo on the road, and they came out with a big win. So, you never know, any given Sunday. But that's certainly going to be one where Denver's probably going to be double-digit underdogs on the road in Baltimore. That one does scare the living crap out of me. As sound as this run defense has been this year, Derrick Henry scares the crap out of me. We saw this Ravens defensive scheme give the Broncos big-time problems in Week 1 versus Seattle. They faced it again against the Chargers, and it was still some similar struggles. So once again, the Broncos are going to have to face that same Ravens defensive scheme that has kind of spread like wildfire across the NFL, starting with Mike Macdonald, but they still run it in Baltimore despite Macdonald no longer being there. And obviously the Ravens have talent galore on both sides of the ball. A miracle that the Broncos win that game. What do you guys think versus the Falcons, assuming that we are 5-5? I will say that if they do enter that game 5-5, I think the Broncos, because they're at home playing at Mile High, should have the advantage. Falcons are a dome team. It's probably going to be a little bit colder out there towards that time of year. So Falcons are going to have to overcome the elements. But additionally, they're also going to have to be able to establish the run game against Denver, which the run defense has been really sound against Denver, and Denver's secondary has been so good. I think that the Broncos could potentially beat the Falcons. We'll see, though. Emotions are going to be flying in that game. It's going to be Justin Simmons' return to Denver, of course. So, yeah, man, that's going to be one where we're going to be able to more appropriately determine how they might look in that game as we see them play over these next 3 games. But given the fact that the game is in Denver, I'm willing to give the edge to the Broncos. If it were not at home, I'd probably give the edge to the Falcons, but the Falcons are a sea-level team, dome team, gotta be conditioned to the altitude, so that definitely gives the Broncos the leg up, I feel like, in what's otherwise a potential pick-up matchup, I think. Atlanta might determine the playoff trajectory for the Denver Broncos. I definitely agree. That's going to be a big one that could determine either direction, especially if you do lose back-to-back games in Kansas City and Baltimore. 1st and 10 now for the Saints from the Denver 48. They're going to run a draw here for a gain of 4 for Alvin Kamara. Saints down by 23. You'd like to think they'd play with a little bit more urgency. Yeah, there we go. 2nd and 6. Good tackle right there. Brandon Jones limits Juwan Johnson to maybe a 1-yard gain. Yep, AFC is a lot weaker than they were anticipated to be heading into this year. A lot of teams like Jacksonville, Miami, Cincinnati, all those teams were expected to be playoff teams and looking like they're probably going to be on the outside looking in this year unless they drastically change things. Meanwhile, that goes right through the hands of Bub Means. Good sticky coverage by Riley Moss. 4th down and 5, 7.5 minutes left to play. No doubt the Saints are going to go for it here. Oh, here, let me go ahead and refresh the scoreboard. Go ahead and refresh it one more time. There we go. So, 4th down and 5 from the Denver 43. Spencer dances. He flips it to Kamara, and he's going to get blown up short of the line. Justin Sternod with the tackle at the 40-yard line. Denver takes over on downs. 7:25 remaining, and you're feeling pretty good right now if you're Broncos country. All right, so the Denver Broncos get the win over the New Orleans 100%. Defense looks too good on prime time. It's been a while since we've seen the Broncos put out a good performance on prime time, man. They did win one game in prime time last year. That was the game against the Minnesota Vikings. They had to come back in the 4th quarter to win that one. But still, man, this is good to see the Denver Broncos with a commanding game tonight. Again, man, they've shut down the Saints on offense. For the Broncos offensively, you'd like to see a little bit more out of Bo Nix. You'd like to see him be more comfortable, not have as crappy footwork. But still, overall, you're happy with what you've seen from the Broncos tonight. You really are. A win is a win, and I'm never going to apologize for that in the NFL. It's hard to win any given day of the week, and the Broncos get a win today. I'm never going to apologize for that. Never. Last good primetime game for the Broncos I remember was against the Cardinals in 2018. Yeah, that one was really good. I think the last really good one I remember was the Jets in 2020. That was actually the last time the Broncos won on Thursday night, was the Jets in 2020. Brett Rippon went in there and they pretty much shut down the New York Jets. Sam Darnold was terrible. He did have a rushing touchdown against the Broncos in that game, though. But that was the last time that the Broncos won on Thursday Night Football and won in prime time in a convincing fashion. You think about those primetime games in 2022 where you had that game against the 49ers where if it weren't for Jimmy Garoppolo being garbage, you would have lost that game. You think about, obviously, that horrible Colts game that you just want to scrub from your mind. Think about last year, that stinker against the Patriots on Christmas Eve. Oh, God, that was such a bad game. Next Thursday night, it's going to be the Vikings at the Rams. Two teams that, if you had asked how their seasons were going at the beginning of the year, probably would have thought it would have been the other way around. Vikings are 5-0, the Rams are 1-4. Oh yeah, I still have PTSD from that Patriots game. Audric Estime, woo man, refusing to go down, keeping those legs churning for a gain of 13. That was nasty. And they're replaying the Bo Nix, Sean Payton sideline argument. Deep down, Sean Payton loved to see that from his quarterback. When Sean would get feisty with Russell Wilson last year, Russ would just kind of passively look over, act like he didn't really want to be there. Bo will challenge Sean right back, and you love to see that. RPO, little bubble screen here to Devon Vele, keeping his legs churning. Vele with another first down, but there's laundry. Going to hear from Land Clark once again. Sean Payton is pointing in the direction of New Orleans. It's an eligible man downfield. So, I had a question earlier about how the Broncos avoid ineligible man downfield penalties on RPOs like that. And the answer is you got to get the ball out quicker. In this scenario, Bo held it just for a count too long. Lineman got downfield. It's a penalty for the Broncos.
Bo's first meeting with Sean Payton, Bo told us he knew they would be a good fit. Patrick said
6.5 left to play and counting. Broncos are in full clock bleeding mode at this point. First and 15 from the 48. And that's a tackle in the backfield. Did the ball come out? Oh my God, it came out. And it's New Orleans ball. Audric Estime puts the ball on the carpet. Dude, you've got to hold on to the ball with two hands. You're trying to bleed the clock out. That's out. It looks like he had two hands on it and then dropped his hands. Yep, that might have gotten him benched. Cannot put the ball on the carpet in a critical situation like that. Nah, damn it, dude. There's not much time left, so that might be your saving grace. It's still a 3-score game, but that's too close for comfort right there if you're Denver. Me thinks that we're not going to see much more Audric Estime for a while. Cannot have that happen. They tried to set up a pass over the middle of the field. Fake the screen one way, fake the screen the other way, pass it over the middle of the field, but it wasn't there, so Rattler just checked it down. 2nd down and long, but Estime cannot put that ball on the carpet, dude. Yeah, he's done. He is done for a while. He's going to have to ride the bench for a while. Rattler just goes underneath on 2nd and 15. Get back the lost yardage with Kendre Miller setting up a 3rd down. I don't think they're going to trade for Kamara. At this point, Kamara's kind of on the downside of his career, so I'm staying away from that. Pass caught underneath by Cedric Wilson. Lunges forward for an extra yard or two. That's going to bring up a 4th down and short for New Orleans. Denver wouldn't be surprised if they brought an all-out blitz right here and make Rattler make a quick decision. How's my leg for my injury? It's actually really good. Improving every single day. The muscle atrophy is getting better. The bone's fully healed. Just right now trying to focus on walking with less of a limp. Yep, I agree. You got to keep him on the bench, man. He just put this game potentially in danger. Obviously, New Orleans has a giant hill they have to overcome, but still, man, you're trying to put the game away right there, and you put the ball on the carpet. Second down. They're going no huddle. 4:20 left to play. Nice. Oh, Jaquan McMillan! And it goes in the hands of Cody Barton! Oh, let's go! Ball don't lie! Ball don't lie! He got one robbed from him earlier. That one is gonna count! Let's go! Oh, and Rattler's a little shaken up after that one. He gets up slowly, but Broncos with a defensive touchdown. They got one robbed earlier, but this one will count. Obviously, DJ Jones jumped off sides on the last one and wiped it out, but not this time. Jaquan McMillan from the nickel blitz gets home right there on Spencer Rattler. Jaquan is really damn good as a blitzer. No doubt, balls out. Cody Barton, scoop and score. Lands right in his hands, and the Denver Broncos, pending this Will Lutz extra point, have a 30-point lead over the New Orleans Saints.
And the score is now 33-3.
Let's go. You can hear the Let's Go Broncos chants. Let's go, baby. This is an ass whooping. Sean Payton knew he could not lose this game, and the Broncos went in there and laid the wood down. I'm going to refresh the score again. There we go. Dude, let's go. This has been an ass whooping. I knew that they had potential to get a multi-score lead here. This defense was going to shut down the Saints offense. Like, the matchup did not favor the Saints at all. It was all going to be about if the Broncos offense could get anything going. They were able to run the ball there in that second half especially. Bo Nix got settled down a little bit, which is very good to see. And now we're seeing the defense get a defensive score. Huge, dude. Absolutely huge. And they get the ball back. Keep padding the defensive snaps. Who's getting a sack next? Seriously. Keep pounding it on, man. Dude, this has been awesome. One guy who I definitely think is going to get a game ball today is Will Lutz. He has been money. He has been absolute money. 3 points, I'll have some money in the pocket. All right, man, let's hope for another defensive touchdown. I'd like to see the offense get one too, but they're going to obviously be in run the ball, protect the ball mode, not with Audric Estime. That is the one big negative you take away from the day is Audric Estime right there with that fumble. Yeah, Lutz was a massive, massive addition for this team. He has been money. A lot of people question the Broncos' decision to move on from Brandon McManus, and that move is looking better and better as time goes on. Will Lutz is clutch for this team. And the Broncos got lucky that the Saints kind of basically found a younger, cheaper option at kicker who's equally as reliable. That's the only reason why Will Lutz was available for trade. The Broncos got really lucky in that regard. There's Greg and Kerry Penner. Rob Walton is officially the owner of the team by name, but this is really Greg and Kerry's show.
Selling it for, at that time, I think it was in the 4s. Of course, now every team is worth probably 6 and above.
4 minutes left to play. New Orleans about to get the ball back. After the defensive touchdown, Jaquan McMillan on the nickel blitz. Cody Barton with the scoop and score.
That's the big time. Sean now in his second year there.
I mean, the only time Will Lutz has really struggled for the Broncos was that Week 1 game. Outside of that, dude has been money. Cortland Sutton, no targets. I mean, he's going up. He had been going up against Marshawn Lattimore, but now Lattimore's out of the game with an injury. But at this point, it's garbage time now. You're just going to run the ball, but obviously right now the Saints have it. There's a chance that Denver might not see the ball again offensively, or if they do, it's just going to be a couple of kneel downs and that's it. Let's see what New Orleans does here. Looks like they're just ready to get out of here. They're just going to run the ball. They burst a nice one. Oh, PJ Locke, is he okay? Get up, PJ. Get up, PJ. At this point, I don't understand why the Broncos still have starters. I'd pull everybody at this point. PJ, get up. Damn it! Oh, no, it's not PJ. It's somebody else. I see a 2. Is that Brandon Jones? I can't tell who that is. I see a 2, but I don't see the other number. Is that Jones? Or is it Devon Key, maybe? It makes sense that Key's in there. Oh, is it Mathis? Ugh, that sucks. It's his first game back. That sucks. Kind of looks like there was some friendly fire there. Sean's not happy about something. But regardless, good night for Sean. Okay, it's 27. It's Mathis. He's walking. Cool. Okay, he's going to be all right. Yeah, it just kind of looked like he caught some friendly fire on that one. Yeah, walking off, probably going to go get checked for a concussion. Looks like he's a little woozy. Good to see him up, though. I didn't see who he collided with, but it was friendly fire. Yeah, definitely sucks for Mathis. Hopefully he's all right. Yeah, Saints are just running the clock out. They're wanting to get out of here. Just give it a few more times to Miller and get out of here with a win for the Broncos. Spencer, too high, incomplete. 3rd down and 1. Yeah, that could have been a pick. There was just nobody back there to get it. We saw Bo Nix miss high in the game against the Chargers, and Elijah Molden was Johnny on the spot back there to pick it off. 3rd and 1. Yeah, they're just going to keep it on the ground with Miller. Tries to bounce to the outside, and he is not going to get there. Good rally and tackle effort by the Broncos. It was Levi Wallace coming downhill. So, yeah, it looks like the Broncos have pulled a lot of starters on defense. They're running the 2s out. So, if the offense does come back out there, it might be Jarrett Stidham time. Unfortunately, Zach Wilson cannot come out. He's the emergency number 3 quarterback. Only way he can get his helmet to play is if both Stidham and Nix were to get injured or both of them were to get ejected. Literally, the emergency third string quarterback, if you are designated as the emergency 3rd string, they won't even give you your helmet by league rules. 1st down and 10. Spencer nearly sacked again by Benito. He's able to get out of it. Credit to Spencer Rattler. He's gotten out of a few sacks tonight. And he's definitely dealing with a little bit of an injury. Looks like he's kind of grabbing at the back of that hamstring a little bit. Yeah, but you can tell he's dealing with something. He's trying to fight through it, though. Saints already down Derek Carr, of course. If Spencer were to go down, Jake Haener would be the 3rd string quarterback for the Saints. They don't have Taysom Hill either, as Hill is dealing with a rib injury. There is Zach Wilson, still has his radio on for his headset and still has a ball cap on. 2-minute warning, 3rd down and 5. Gonna probably just see a couple more handoffs and get out of here. Looks like New Orleans is content to get out of here.
Our gang always weighing in.
So, the Denver Broncos do what they need to do, man. They completely destroy this Saints offense. They take advantage of expected against the Saints' worst-ranked run defense in the NFL. Apologize for my camera being out of focus. There we go. We're back. But that's what you expected. On paper, this matchup favored the Broncos soundly. That's why I expected them to win by multiple scores, and they came through, man. They came through. And now, yeah, Rattler, you can tell he's not right. So they've got Jake Haener in there. Probably just going to hand the ball off a couple of times and get out of here. It's 3rd down and 5. They do let Haener throw, and it is dropped by Mason Tipton. Bringing up a 4th down and 5. I imagine Rattler's going into the medical tent. Pass interference. Keidron Smith. So, yeah, again, a lot of backups in there for the Broncos right now. Keidron Smith, Devon Key, guys of that nature. Yeah, Rattler looks like, oh, maybe his side. Hopefully it's not an oblique for him, too. Haener over the middle, 1st down and 10, completion to Tipton for a gain of 8. Yeah, and you can see Rattler kind of land awkwardly on that side. And Denver is going to call a timeout. They might have had some personnel problems. Probably had 12 men on the field or something like that. Minute 39 left to play. We will be going live right after this game is over for the post-game show, guys. We'll do a brief wrap-up, brief summary. Then we will dip out of that for Sean Payton's presser. And then we will either go back live or I will make a video. It just depends on the timing of everything. And we will break down the game a little bit further. You guys know the drill by now if you have been here for a minute. I appreciate everybody rocking with my technical difficulties tonight. My internet was crap. I do apologize for that. So thank you guys so much for rocking with me. I do appreciate it. So next week is going to be a home game against the Carolina Panthers. So we will be at that game. Kendre Miller drops the pass. We will be at that game bringing coverage from the stadium, pregame show, postgame show, all that good stuff. The next game stream should be Baltimore the week after next. That will be the next game stream. Braylon, thank you so much for tuning in, man. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate everybody who tuned in tonight. It's 3rd down and 1. Broncos showing all-out blitz. Looks like they're coming. Robert with the $2. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Says, thanks, Gage. Go Broncos. Thank you very much. Yeah, they're coming. Gets it complete. Cedric Wilson lowers his shoulder through some tackles and gets it to the 12. Clock's still moving. Minute 22. Saints have all their timeouts. See if they want to spend one here and kind of try to get one of those scores that you can maybe take into next week. Spencer Rattler, his day's done. Honestly, I think the Saints might have been better off starting Jake Haener in this game. Best game this season? I'd say probably the Raiders game was, but this is definitely a close second. Like, this is a blowout. An absolute blowout. I think this is the biggest margin of victory for the Denver Broncos in probably 4 or 5 years. I'm never going to apologize for that. Wasn't perfect. By any means was not perfect, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Bo Nix didn't play a clean game, I thought, but overall, they played well enough to get the win, so that's what matters at the end of the day. All right, let's see if the Saints can get a garbage time touchdown here. And they sure can. Over the middle, it's Cedric Wilson. Touchdown Saints. Well, that might have some implications for some of the betting lines. I don't know what the over-under was in this game, but that touchdown could very well have some implications for certain bettors out there. And yeah, that was on Devon Key. Nothing like garbage time touchdowns. Kick is good.
Well, now you can say the game is officially over, even after a touchdown.
Yep, now you can. Denver's going to get the ball back. They're just going to take some knees and get out of here, baby. Denver Broncos with a 33-10 win over the New Orleans Saints.
The longtime special teams coach
Sean still getting fired up there on the sidelines.
wants to pour it on, but
You know that this victory is special. Yes, Devin, I do partake in the sports gambling. Okay, so the over already hit. Or wait. Oh, dude, that made the over hit. Oh, dude, that flipped the over. Oh, oh, man, you know there are people who are pissed off about that. Dude, nothing like a garbage time touchdown flipping the over, dude. Holy crap. I mean, I probably would have taken the over too, because my score prediction was 28-10, so the over would have hit there. Yeah, you know there are some people who are pissed off about this. Yep, underbetters are not feeling good right now. But D hit, so I'm taking it that D bet the over.
trying to kick with the needed 10 yards. And have the opportunity to secure possession.
Robert says he would have bet the under. I figured that the Broncos defense would at least get one score, even if your offense couldn't score for you. So I would have probably bet an anytime touchdown for the Broncos defense as well. That would have hit.
Well, they still have one remaining. If you want to use it there. I don't think so.
Yep, but today I did not have the gambling money to spare, so I didn't put anything on the lines.
Obviously, you lose 5 in a row, and every coach is going to take something.
Yeah, good hit, D. Good hit. Denver actually has less passing yards. Some of that, of course, came in garbage time, but they won the battle up front in the run game. Robert says, I lost both bets tonight. Thanks, Cortland. Damn, that sucks. But hey, man, I bet you'll take a win for the Broncos over a win on your betting lines any day of the week. I know I personally would. Yeah, in fact, one time when the Broncos played the Cowboys in 21, I thought it was the game right after the Von Miller trade. I thought Denver was going to get their asses kicked. I remember I put $50 on the Cowboys money line, and it was the first time I'd ever bet against the Broncos, and I lost the bet, but I was more than happy to lose that bet because the Broncos dominated that game. That was honestly the last time that the Broncos had a blowout of this caliber, I feel like, was that Dallas Cowboys game. In fact, I believe it was a similar score. I think it was 33-0, or at least 30-0, and then Dallas did score a couple garbage time touchdowns, but that was really the last time I remember having a true dominant four-quarter ass-kicking like this. Because obviously, the game against the Raiders was a blowout too, but Denver got off to that slow start, and then they scored 34 unanswered points. And this one, they controlled the entire game. This was a blowout from the beginning. Up, Stiddy's in to take a couple of knees. Jarrett Stidham getting his first snaps of the season. Yeah, that Cowboys game was fun. Why'd Stiddy have to go in just to take the knee? Hey, man, gotta give the backup quarterback some love. Bo and Cortland, or Sean and Cortland dapping each other up there on the sidelines. Cortland, obviously, not very effective today, but that's what happens when you go against Marshawn Lattimore for most of the game. You lost last week because of Josh Allen kneeling down for the win? Did that knock his under on rushing yards, or what happened? One last knee to put a bow on it. The Denver Broncos are victorious, 33-10 over the New Orleans Saints. Sean Payton with a dominating victory over his former protege Dennis Allen in his return to the Superdome. Now you can celebrate, Sean. The Broncos spoil the Hall of Fame induction for Drew Brees. Sean Payton with the ultimate bragging rights after this one. Looks like Bo Nix is going to do a jersey swap with somebody. I'm not sure who it is, but looks like he's swapping with somebody. I don't know if that was one of his college teammates or what. All right, guys. Before we dip out of here and head to the post-game show, please be sure to leave a like on this stream as well as subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. Helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I'm your host, Gage Madrid, saying